All right, we are live. Thank you everyone for joining us for D&D session number 11. We are picking up after last time. The party decided to, after celebrating the last day of the Festag and going to the evening, they wanted to delve into the sewers before waiting any amount of time to rest or sleep off their partying. They figured the best opportunity would be to venture during the busiest night of the festival to see if there's any suspicious behavior in the sewers where these kidnappings are reportedly coming from.
We cast regret.
This turned led to the party journeying through the sewers, not very stealthily at all, and disturbing a giant crocodile, which is currently attempting to eat V.
No, I'm looking the wrong way. I have to remember it.
Yeah. Geolocate yourself, like on the Brady Bunch, as our setup is.
Nice.
And are without their good wizard John Ralphio for being spooked, thinking he was going to be kidnapped, and Expedius retreating himself kilometers away.
If you didn't notice, good is in quotation marks there.
Good wizard. Do I mean if he's good or bad, or if he's good or evil? Who knows? So we're going to pick up where we left off in mid-combat with the crocodile. Before we do, if you want to give us our sponsor for today, Cameron.
I absolutely do. As always, I try to find the best sponsors possible every week. Sometimes it's very hard. They don't come to me as quickly as they do others, but that's why I have what I like to call the list. These are sponsors that These are sponsorships that I've made earlier on, and so I'll hold on to when I need you. So this is off my list. Today's episode is sponsored by Fantasy PBR. 1d4 bludgeoning never tasted so cheap.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you, Cameron. All right. I wanted to, instead of just jumping right into combat, there was a held action before combat about to start, as the crocodile re-emerged to consume V. Stinksack decided to get in a little poke to see if he can do some damage, and rolled critical. So if you want to go ahead and roll that damage for me, we'll mark it down on the creature before we roll the initiative.
Just double my die. I did it not double my die. Okay. It's a 3, so a 6 plus 5 is 11. Yeah, so double. Okay, I'm just gonna roll this because it's easier. 3, 6 plus my stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I rolled it twice here. I'm not sure what the...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. So plus 5 to 6 is 11 points of damage.
All right. So go down to...
Oh, no, it's not a human.
No. Okay. All right, now can everyone roll initiative, please?
Okay.
Right.
I do not appear on the initiative list.
I know. I'll give you 2 seconds.
That sounds like a you problem, because you're not here.
Also a good point.
If you guys haven't noticed, I am no longer in combat, meaning I can spend all my time creating memes. Please make meme-worthy memes.
Crap, sorry.
You tired me sometimes,
Do
Jared.
it.
All right. Has everyone... Hold on. Actually, let me do...
That seems like everyone.
Derek, I added you to the turn marker as well. Can you roll initiative for your character?
As you do nothing.
It's important.
Who did we lose?
Wasn't me.
Oh, we lost William.
No.
Oh,
No, it was John. How?
Right.
What?
What do you mean?
No, because for some reason it rearranged itself and it
Yeah.
put John where Will was.
I cut out.
It's because John is the first, so when we
I
lost
know
the
this.
first, everyone shifted.
Big shit. All right. At
Yes.
the top of initiative, we have Kieran. John, go ahead and start us off.
Oh, wonderful. Kieran sees the bloodshed, I would say, that has happened.
Yeah.
And he lifts up his shining shield and uses Channel Divinity.
course.
And
What that do again?
Oh, damn it. We lost him.
10 hit points and something else.
and
Channel Divinity. Lose Wi-Fi.
You're too
The
divine.
gods were too strong with him.
Channel Divinity Wi-Fi. Damn it, we're losing him.
No! I can't do it, Captain!
Anybody in
I
the
don't
audience here know any IT, software networking? No?
And
No.
we have so many of those in the game
If only we
already.
had. Yeah.
All right, John, I
if
think
only
you're good
we had
now.
People who knew that.
my back.
Yeah.
Okay. That was my action. So,
What was your action?
Well,
Channel
what was your
Divinity.
action? You cut out like so many times.
We don't know what
Channel
you
Div-
did.
What does your Channel Divinity
Yeah.
do?
You said channel divinity, and everything after that cut out. And now you're back.
What is your channel divinity and what does it do?
Tell me now.
Oh, hear that again.
Or
Oh boy.
Lose him? This is just me.
He could do.
Alright, that's the point in bingo,
Like this.
everybody! Oh my god, we're losing him.
Oh boy.
Oh no. John.
Hey, he's back. There.
John, blink if you can hear me, John.
yes.
There we go. Okay.
Text it. Text.
Who did we lose that time?
Oh, no,
It's-
It's chaos.
This episode was definitely not sponsored by any telecom agency.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
What's the opposite of a sponsorship?
A curse.
yeah.
I'm actually
Slander?
curious, what is the word? Yeah?
Yeah.
No, slander is what Pabst Blue Ribbon could say we're doing.
Well, no, because like, yeah, if you run like a slander campaign against someone, as opposed to a, I think that's how that works.
Anyway, John, just text us what you do.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right, at the beginning of each of their turns, right?
Could someone who's not John explain to us what was going on?
Yes, he's,
Using his channel divinity that gives us all temp HP or the other effect at the start of our turns.
yes.
It's temp HP one.
I'm pretty sure it has a choice, but
Yes.
the other choice
Yeah.
is
But he's saying he
Or-
picked temp HP.
situational.
He picked Tim.
Don't you choose each turn?
Yeah, I can continue to choose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
But you're starting with
Period.
temp HP then.
Basically. I
Or-
mean, that's
how,
what
how are we doing the temp HP? Are we rolling? Are you rolling? Or what's the?
We'll type it in the chat when you get it.
And tag and shit, baby?
In Roll20.
No, I'm still talking about the sponsorship thing.
And temp.
We moved off of that.
yeah.
I'm
Ben's
Googling
been
it.
looking at it this whole time.
Googling it. Yes.
It's antonyms to sponsorship. We're all having tech issues.
So good question.
We are
I
5
need to
minutes in
know.
and we're already off the rails.
Yes.
That's how you love to see it.
It'll take 2 sessions to kill this crocodile at this point.
What were you about to say, Kate?
I
There
said
was a
it
letter
would take,
missing.
it was going to take 2 turns to kill this crocodile.
You-
Crocodile?
It's an alligator, Caitlin.
I said
it's
what
not
I
a long
said.
nose. God, look at the.
That's a gator. Any Floridians in the chat that can help identify?
Yes.
Um,
Altdorf, Florida. Oh my God. we're doomed.
no.
Altdorf Man.
It definitely
the
isn't,
myth, the legend
no.
of Altdorf Man.
No.
Crocs
Craig,
don't get us.
Florida man.
COVID will.
Florida does though. All right.
Okay.
Kieran, would you like to move as well? You're kind of in the the threatening square of that crocodile, though.
Will I take an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
you will.
Then no.
Okay. V, it is your turn. You are currently grappled by the crocodile.
Grapple, non-restrained.
Correct.
How deep's the water?
Okay, what was the health that I got from... I got 10 HP, right?
No,
Yes.
not yet. It's when you end your turn.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
when
the
I end
beginning.
my
Okay.
turn.
When you end your turn in the aura, I give you 10 HP.
Perfect. Okay.
Cool.
Where's Zora?
Okay.
Can you see his aura, guys?
Nope.
We cannot.
No.
I can see it. I will
Please, put
change
an
that.
aura.
This is what it's like being an audience member.
So, I'm not restrained, right? So I don't have disadvantage?
You can see it now, guys?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, thank you.
Correct, you do not have disadvantage.
Cool. So I fucking stab at this goddamn piece of shit alligator.
Okay.
So you just hear V screaming, "Get me the fuck out of here!" As I just fucking like pull out my short sword and start stabbing. I deal 8 damage. And my sneak attack, 10 damage total.
Just roll a hit.
Don't you have to roll to hit?
No, that was a 16 to hit.
No, you don't have to roll, or no, you do.
I roll. Didn't say it.
Okay. Yeah, a 16 would hit. Is 10 damage?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wait, there's more. I attack again with my bonus action, and I'm killing this crocodile, William. Alligator, I mean. That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And my offhand, so. No bonus for the rules lawyers at home. That's 4 damage. That's it.
All right. You stick both your daggers into. You're not like half hanging out of its maws. It's trying to clamp more into you and pull you into the water. Kind of sink both of your daggers into the top of its snout.
You hear V scream, "I'm gonna turn you into a pair of shoes, you son of a bitch!"
Oh god.
That's it.
Iris, your turn.
I instinctively react, and I will run over. I'll hop over Vanny, run, and leap onto the crocodile.
Okay.
While bonus
Wow.
action rage.
Wait, so it's the end of my turn. How much HP do I get?
Or he typed it.
I'm putting
Okay, cool.
I'm putting in roll 20.
Yeah, it's in
I want to
the
like stop combat every
I
turn.
see that.
So yeah, I'm running, and I'm like, I know that we probably disturb you, but my friend is not food. As I jump.
Tieflings are friends, not food.
Yes, exactly. Do I have to make a skill roll, to get onto the crocodile? Or the alligator? God damn it.
You're kind of jumping down on top of it, and it's wide enough that you're not going to fall off as soon as you jump onto it.
Alright.
But if it moves, I'll need an acrobatics check.
Cool,
Eventually,
cool.
so you land on top of it, you're on its back.
Alright, can I make an opposed strength check to pull its snout back so that V can get out?
You want to grapple the grappler so that it's no longer grappling?
Yes.
I will allow it.
Okay. So it's an athletics.
So kind.
I have advantage on these, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's been 2 weeks. And
I
I'm
think if you're
raged-
raging,
Oh, raging, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I have
you're raging.
advantage.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna give my lucky dice for this. Come on.
I don't think you're going to need it.
That will be a 18.
Yes, I rolled an 11, so it's trying to chomp down on V as you kind of run up its back to the front of its head, and you pull open the top of its jaw as you realize they don't have a lot of biting. If you hold it closed, they can't really open their mouths, but pull it open, it's pulling against you, but your bulging biceps, you're holding its mouth open.
Yeah, I'm literally like, you know, like the scene with Peter Jackson's King Kong where he's fighting the T-Rex and he's pulling the maw
mouth
back.
open. Yes.
She's literally doing that with both her hands and putting her feet at the bottom so she can just pry the jaws open.
They are successfully opened. V, you are no longer grappled. It is currently
Cool.
a grapple with Iris. It tosses with you attached to it. You're like basically glued to the top of its snout, and it's just hissing angrily.
I hiss back at him.
Good. It's its turn.
I hiss in Scottish.
Scottish hissing intensifies.
This is in Scottish.
How does one
I'm
hiss?
Gets
the
angry in
Scottish crocodile
Scottish.
hunter.
Can it?
What is a Scottish hiss?
More accenty at the back of the throat. You know what I mean?
You
More
hiss and you can hear bagpipes in the distance for some
Yes.
reason at the same time. It's going to, because you're holding its mouth open, its action to try to break out of it, eh?
Okay.
Will, is that a huge crocodile?
Correct.
Oh boy.
What have you done?
Okay. I see where you're going with that.
I don't think that really matters.
Why must you be like this, Connor?
Because
Yeah, it is bigger than me.
you
Yeah.
live
It's
by
got
the
a
rules,
point.
you die by the
If
rules.
Derek doesn't rule as lawyer, Connor will, so...
Exactly. Strength and honor, gentlemen. Strength and honor.
V is no longer grappled. I'll allow it for like rule of cool kind of thing. You're able to like really just force it open. But it just leave the grapple then. Just no longer a grapple. You just say like no and just stops.
So what's the
Because
rule?
It's just that she can't actually grapple it. It's too big for a medium-sized character to grapple because it's huge. It's 2 sizes large.
Yeah. I just looked it up. Game literally doesn't allow you to use the grapple action against it.
Unfortunately.
Really?
because
I
it's
mean,
too
really
sizes
cool
larger.
though.
So I'll allow
But she
you
So,
can
to
wrench
I
its
guess-
jaw
it's-
open, right?
It's literally just
Yeah, it's a
wrenching
free
its jaw
V.
open.
Yeah. To free
That's gonna
V,
need
but
to be
doesn't.
addressed in
free it.
5.5.
Yeah, doing
Yeah,
that.
that's one of the things. Yeah, exactly. They need to fix the grappler feet. I'm saying, if I want to play Baki Hanma someday, I'm going to need my grappler feet to work properly.
No, I'm playing Baki Hamna. Get out of
If
here.
they
That was
fix the
my
grappler
idea.
feet, fine. You play Baki, I'll play Yojiro.
Fucking
No.
weebs.
Damn it.
Sometimes you just want a rule of cool suplex a dragon.
Exactly.
No,
Puppies.
let me die. God damn it.
I want uppies.
Produce and she can start suplexing crocodiles.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm gonna be eating good tonight if I kill this thing. So
you
Also,
know
I'm
what?
going to point out, Will, because it is 2
it.
sizes larger of us, when it does grapple us, it doesn't have half movement speed. It
holy
has
shit!
full movement speed while it grapples.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't want to
It
be
is
in its
size
mouth
two.
when it goes underwater. But no, yeah,
Alright.
I'll allow the rule of cool. You use your grapple action to break the grapple, so VD is no longer grapple.
Can I also, while I'm in the grapple, like kick V, like scoop him out with my foot?
No.
That would be the
Yeah.
shove action. You can do
All
one
right.
or the other, but not both.
I don't know. That was just a real cool thing. I thought it would be kind of neat, but whatever.
Asking for 2 actions is not a rule of cool.
Too many actions.
It's
so-
whatever.
It is more grappled, but it feels you on its back. It's going to turn around and attempt to bite you instead.
Is it gonna like do one of those flippy things? Yes.
Eater flip.
Not my first rodeo, boys.
I get a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits me.
That'll do 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Only half because I am raging.
Yes.
And you have
And-
temp HP.
How much?
At the
Three?
end of her... Yes, at the end of her turn. 3. So you can deduct
Cool.
essentially 6 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah, so then it cuts off my hip. My oh okay, so I have 4 back. Thank you.
Poggers.
And
Sweet.
with a hit with that, just make sure here.
I choose not to give the alligator temp HP.
I assume so.
Wait a minute.
Can you actually activate on enemies?
What a
As per
wild
the wording.
choice.
I think it's a creature's in the aura. It might be. It might be.
Yeah.
That'd be
When
interesting.
when a
No,
creature
fuck
ends
that
its
noise.
turn in the sphere,
No.
I
must
choose
be
not.
double
Damn it. That's 14 points, and you are now grappled.
Okay. How the turntables? Okay.
Grapple the grappler.
No, you.
No,
And
you.
that will be its turn. Craig.
Is the crocodile Baki?
Fuck that.
I'm
Don't
going
ask
to. I'm gonna run across its back, and I'm gonna make my attacks Specifically, I want to hit it in the eye.
Okay.
So first I'll make my attack with my quarterstaff. Does a
You're
13 hit?
welcome.
It does not.
Fuck you. Then I guess I'll just fucking kick it. Only kick it
Sorry,
once,
is
though.
Craig flanking with Vanny? With V?
Yeah, I'm running across at this current moment.
Are we using optional flanking rules?
I
That's what
don't
I'm
think we've ever done that.
Not
We've
at this
never
point.
done that.
No.
Not even close.
No.
Okay.
But also, does
No,
a
it's just 'cause-
21 hit?
A 21 does hit, yes.
Okay, as I kick it in the eye, it's going to take 4 points of damage, and I'm going to finish running across its back to get beside Kieran.
Okay. All right. Trinathiel, it is your turn, but we're going to pass by
Are
it.
you going to heal? Are you going
Yeah,
to give me the heals?
zoom.
Ooh, shit, you gave me the heals.
Stinks
Alright, Stink
back to
Sack
you.
is up. Alright. I am also going to run onto the crocodile. Try to stand in the center of his back.
Okay.
And I am going to make a spear attack against him.
Okay.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
10 points of piercing damage.
Big damage.
I don't know why this is always rolling an extra weird thing on the side, but but it's 10.
Rolling to it
10
with it-
points.
It's not rolling with advantage. Like your attacks.
No, it's oh, that's my hunter's mark. If my hunter's,
Okay.
but it's not. So I didn't want to.
Optional.
It's a D6 for hunters.
advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to end your turn on the clock.
But yeah, certainly I'm ending my turn on the croc. I'm gonna end right there. No bonus action.
All right. Fanny?
Well, dearies, it seems we're in quite the predicament. As she draws a knife. But don't worry, youngsters. Steps in the sewer. Swims a little bit over.
You actually swim. Your feet don't touch the ground because you're so small.
She's just a floating mass of hair at this point in the stinky sewer water.
Aw.
Oh, look at those sour.
Oh,
Disgusting. That is disgusting.
Yeah, it's
Their natural habitat.
it smells fucking terrible down here, guys. You're like in shit.
Great.
Fighting in
Let's-
shit.
I am grappling in poop water.
We've established it. You are not grappling.
So,
No,
I-
I'm being grappled in poo water.
yes, that is correct.
I am aware now that after a past folly, hideous laughter does not really work on dumb animals.
No.
So, she will instead dissonant whispers a creature.
Okay.
Alright. So I'm going to get DC 13 Wisdom saving throw from the crocodile as she attempts to speak out some of his deep-seated fears.
I rolled an
To
18.
scare it away.
Oh,
Well, that's unfortunate, dearest.
that's a wise ass
As now
crocodile.
I'm wading in shit water with a knife that I plan to AOP with. Very ineffective.
Hey, at least you didn't get bit by the shit crocodile that
Alright.
came with that water.
So that's gonna be 3 points of damage.
7 halved for 3.
Okay.
Oh my, quite the steel-clad mind on this one. Unfortunate.
Alright. And back to Kieran.
All right. Karen casts
Okay, Kieran's cast.
dead.
Kira
So
cast.
Dead?
I will also need a wisdom
Hold it
save.
in.
Pull the dead. Pull the
Pull the
dead. I
dead.
heard him.
Hold it
Hold it
dead.
dead.
Hold the dead.
If I
Roll
can
it
stop rolling off my table. There we go. Yes, that is a 17.
Oh, it passes.
Wow. Wow.
Cool.
I was rolling high. It has a +0 wisdom.
The fuck,
Yeah.
bruh?
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything with your bonus and or move?
Nope.
There you go. goes to V. You are ungrappled. You are waist deep in water. Crocodile's in front of you.
Well, I take like a smell of my clothes and I nearly gag and vomit on myself.
Your
Yeah.
brand new
As
clothes.
I just jump on that fucking alligator and attack him with a 16 and a 7. Boy. Alright, the 7's gonna miss,
The
but
7's
16
gonna miss.
hits,
16
I
will
think.
hit, yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna point out he was waist deep in water, but chest deep in shit.
Whoa.
Gross.
So that's, oh wait, did I roll the right? Ah, it's the same. That's gonna be 6 damage total.
It is bloodied.
Nice.
Like, oh, you piece of shit! As I just keep on stabbing at him. That's it.
All right, Iris,
I am grappled.
I lied
Okay.
before. When you were grappled, you were also restrained.
Mm.
Oh shit, that
Ah.
changes everything.
So
It's
then
fine. I misread.
All right. Because I was like, how is that? How can you not wiggle out of someone holding you? That's anyway. So I am grappled, so I'll try and break free of the grapple.
Okay, that'll
I
be
should
opposing
be able to
checks.
keep my rage at this point. That will be 7, dirty 20.
I got a 15, so you break out.
Okay, cool.
Break
That was
out.
my action.
Mhm.
But I didn't take damage.
I mean,
Did
technically, like grappling is like an attack action.
True.
So
I would rule that as like.
I'd allow it
grappling.
both ways because it dealt damage to you on its turn. It's still that same round because it goes next. So your rage would still be consistent in that. Also, grappling and or breaking out of the grapple counts as an attack action.
Okay.
So that would also keep a rage. So either
Okay.
way, I would say that you still have it.
Okay, so that was my action though, so
Yes.
I can't really do much on this turn, but yeah, I think she finally breaks out of the grapple and she's just like smearing all this shit off of her face, like
Ooh.
Crocodile, slime, and shit.
yeah, it's not a pretty sight. She almost looks like Arnold from Predator at this point, just covered.
Just not mud.
Oh no! No!
The head to toe
Oh,
and shit.
disgusting.
Yeah,
What are
pretty-
you waiting for?
Oh,
Attack
God.
me!
Yeah, pretty much. I think I do that. Like, what are you waiting for? Come on!
You're one ugly motherfucker.
She had never seen an alligator before. This is the first time seeing
It's a
one.
crocodile. It's back and forth.
Okay, we gotta settle this. Is this an alligator or a crocodile?
It's a crocodile.
Okay.
It's an
The guy's
alligator.
not
An
a croxigore.
alligator.
Alright, well,
No,
I'm
it's
not
not a
gonna move.
croxigore. That would be worse for you guys.
I'm not gonna
Yes.
move, really, because it's gonna take an opportunity attack at me.
Correct.
So, and I'm pretty much the meat shield right now at this party, so I'm just gonna try and get its attention on me while the others can inflict some
You
extra damage from
have
behind
its
it.
attention, and it will attempt to bite you. 'Cause you-
Okay!
A 14?
Misses.
There we go.
Wait, do I have... No, danger sense doesn't apply to this. Okay.
No.
Never mind.
The 14 does not hit.
No. I got my breastplate, baby.
And it's going to tail attack Craig. Considering it's facing Iris, it uses its tail to swing at Craig because you kicked it in the eye.
Mm.
That's true. I did do that.
If you just give it a normal kick, I'd be like, ah, normal. But it is
No, but I
multi-attack,
went for the
so...
eye. I went for the eye.
Also a 14.
That also misses.
Very good. And so it's thrashing about in the water, snapping and flailing its tail, but to no avail.
Not big.
I did not mean to rhyme that on purpose. Craig, your turn. Oops.
Didn't mean to rhyme that on purpose.
I'm a genius.
Yeah, I'll hit it with my quarterstaff again. That's gonna miss. And you know what? Yeah, I'll burn a key point to attack it twice. Flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows, yep.
Yep. Okay, so first one is going to be, that's a miss. Second one is going to be 17 plus 5.
That will hit.
That'll be 7 damage.
Ooh.
And I'd like to specifically, since I'm only really getting it once, I'd like to specifically come down on the tail that tried to thrash at me with my foot.
So you're like an axe kick onto the tail.
Yes.
Nice.
Flails in response. Looks like you heard it.
Yeah, good.
John Ralphio. Pass your turn.
Zoom.
Stink sack.
Stink Sack will use a bonus action to apply a vial of poison onto his spear.
Okay.
Then he's going to plunge it into the alligator's back.
Wait, doesn't applying poison your
yeah.
action?
Well, I had talked with Will earlier in the campaign, and we that it could be it's kind of like part of like my background thing. We could use a
Oh.
bonus action, but Will's call.
But
Would make applying poisons actually useful.
like
Oh,
some of
that's the
your
thing.
kind of the
some of your
idea.
background things are useful in themselves depending on what it was based on your character. Like in some cases money. But yeah, no, because of the
Goblin.
not expertise, it was just proficiency with the poisoner's
Proficiency.
tools.
I'm
and-
proficiency
yeah.
with poisoner's kit.
Well,
Kit.
yeah.
It seems like something a
And
ranger
as
should
of
be
right
able
now,
to
I
do.
have basic poison.
Why don't you
It
Yeah.
seems
give him the
flavorful, right?
poisoner feet?
Or a rogue. I don't know. A rogue maybe. Poison.
Yeah.
Knives. Yeah.
Is there a
no,
poisoner's tool?
Yes,
Yeah,
if one
there is.
passes.
There
I'd
is
say maybe
indeed.
look at that after session.
Okay. Yes.
Plunge it into. So wait, is it good for the poison or no?
Before you do that, can you get an acrobatics check?
Let's add
Oh,
another
Lord.
layer to the.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You're on its back. Mainly the only one left on it right now. It's thrashing about as everyone's taking turns beating the shit out of it. It's flailing about and twisting and turning. You're like, oh wait. You kind of catch your footing as you go to plunge your spear down. Yeah, you can use the poison thing as your bonus action, and then we'll talk about the feat after.
Okay. 12 to hit.
That misses.
Right. Cinnamon.
Alright. Fanny?
Ah, it's kind of warm in here, dearies. Oh,
Every
almost
time he
like a
breaks out the
sauna.
Ew.
Every time
Ugh.
A very shitty sauna, yes.
And she begins to concentrate on holding a one second. Mind sliver. The
Okay.
trigger will be right before my next turn, or if I were to ever realize I was about to lose the ability to cast it on it, line of sight, or it would get out of range.
Okay.
Ew.
So yeah, either if it were to get away from me, or before my next turn.
It's a lot of
whichever comes
conditions.
first.
I like that.
Well, you've fucked me on
This
it
guy's
before,
playing
so
40 chess.
You've learned. Okay. No movement. You're gonna stay.
yeah, I was considering saying something very vague, like if I feel like it's necessary.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
If
I
you
feel
you
didn't
as a
feel it.
player feel it's necessary, I think it's a good call.
yeah.
Back at the top of the round, Kieran.
Okay. Kieran has had enough, and he takes out a sword and stabs the alligator.
You have to
Okay.
move though. You're still on the bridge.
no,
Too far?
He is
No,
in
he's
contact.
5 feet away.
Yeah, everyone
Oh.
is in contact.
It's huge.
There.
Oh.
Crocodile's huge.
There, boom. Look at my lines.
Well,
My back.
the audience
huge.
doesn't
Yeah.
know.
Ooh,
It's a
okay.
huge crocodile.
22 to hit.
Alligator.
And we all
Big
stand around it in a
alligator.
circle like, ha!
A 22 to hit, John?
Yes.
That will hit.
Man, I feel bad for the audience.
I
Sometimes
do.
they don't know what we're seeing.
This beautiful artwork from
There's
that.
a
Totally
fucking
not
crocodile
actually.
about to eat my tiny little token next to it, and I'm scared. God.
11 piercing damage.
11? Ooh.
Max.
Yeah. It is severely injured. V?
What did the other thief do? Did he use a knife?
He used a sword.
Well, yeah, sword.
He used a
Sword.
sword. V just sees the amateur wannabe thief and deal more damage than he does. He's like, oh hell no! As he just goes in with his knife. I'm gonna stab this freaking crocodile. There you go. That's an 18.
Yep, that hits.
That's a 9 damage plus the sneak attack. It's a 3, so 12 damage total.
Okay.
Bonus action. That's right, because I'm a rogue. That's a 13 that misses probably.
Yep.
Cool. And V is gonna reconsider life choices. So why he's in a sewer about to die.
He's fine.
That's it. That's my turn.
Iris, it's your go.
I take my +2 axe. Plus a dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
So... It dies.
Really? Let me see how much I roll.
Because your
6
strength is
plus a lot.
3, +2 for raging, +2 for
Oh
the
my
weapon
God.
is 7, which is how much it has left. So just your bonus does it.
I think what I'll do is I'll take the axe as it probably turns its head immediately when V had probably stabbed it, and while he's off guard, I take the axe and I plunge it right between the eyes.
It
And then it
dies
just
from your
falls
mere
limp.
presence.
Yes. The axe
You
strikes
can look
true,
at it and it would die.
sinks into its skull as it kind of flashes a bit in the water and slowly goes limp. Kind of starts sinking.
Will,
into
do I
the
get
water.
XP from that?
No.
Everyone levels up except for Derek.
Oh my God, that was so mean.
Please.
Right. You guys are now out of initiative as this crocodile corpse starts floating in the water, unmoving.
Stink sack floating on top of it.
Yeah.
Like one of those inflatable pool toys.
Yeah.
Except it's fucking massive
No,
and you're in a
V-
shitty sewer, yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Is there a
V
current
immediately. Okay, I'll go. V immediately pulls out his dagger and starts to carve away at the skin. I'm making
Ooh.
shoes out of this freaking
Whoa.
gator. He says
whoa.
as he just starts. No,
Iris?
shut up, get away! I'll make shoes out of you.
One poop
Iris,
shoes.
Iris will say whoa, like back off, V.
And
I don't
Stink sack
back
will
off.
We're
yell,
gonna,
No, I like what he's doing.
well,
And I'll just start
Yes!
tearing away at its back.
I know how.
V
to...
looks at Stinksack with a bloody knife. I'll make shoes for you and you and you. Everybody's getting shoes out of this
Guys,
crocodile.
as Iris like roars.
I mean, I don't like shoes, dude. I'm happy with my size.
I don't want any poop shoes.
Iris roars and says, "Guys,
Ah,
I can cure this skin of yours. Stop ruining the body."
Oh, shit, Iris, that's all you had to say.
Just
Put my knife away.
we're gonna eat him.
As this happens,
As she's like covered in shit.
We're all covered.
I want to go home.
you guys shit covered and discussing about skinning the crocodile. Down the sewer in the tunnel, John Ralphio comes skidding to a halt. And turns to face
Oh god.
Hey, little dude.
Oh,
I came in just in time to get the XP.
The what?
no, you didn't.
Hey, God,
You
no.
want a pair of shoes?
You did come.
Fuck yeah, I do.
You definitely came just in
Alright, get
time
over
to see
here.
V like slice off some skin, dude.
Is that a euphemism?
You ate those good
Yes, I gotta
berries.
See.
I would like to eat them if you.
I summon my my bird, and my bird cat uses the help action on V to help him make some crocodile.
Oh, I'm
shoes.
letting Iris do it.
Fine, it
She's
helps
the
Iris.
professional.
Stink
I
sack
do
like
have
climbs off.
proficiency with
crocodile.
leatherworkers tools.
Yes.
Cast
Oh,
guidance on Iris.
Like goes over to John Ralphio and he says, "Hey, Jojo man, listen to me.
Yeah.
Got them good berries?
Fuck yeah, I do. I ate
Oh,
one.
I have them back."
Sure. Yeah. Who needs them?
I'm gonna
open my
drag
mouth.
the carcass onto land so I can properly examine what I have to cut.
You want to give me a...
Strength check.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That is an
I
18.
help her.
It's
I
huge.
help her.
You're
Yeah.
helping me. Natural 20. Thank you for the help.
Okay, yeah. Gotta like start hewing on it, and it's fucking heavy. It's like 4 times as heavy as you are, but you're just like, ooh, and you kind of pull it up, and everyone kind of gives it a little shove to help you bring it up on top of the side here.
While she's hoisting it, I'm gonna lean over to Jean Ralphio and be like, "Dude, you ate the good berries,
I ate a good berry.
and it tasted like ass, right?"
I think you could ferment it and like get something real nice out of it.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, it
like
tastes
as a
like
raw
ass.
berry, dude, it just tastes like absolute horseshit.
It's not so
Berry
much that
wine.
you get filled up. It's just that you don't want to eat anything ever again.
Exactly.
Just in case
Like
it
you
tastes
never,
like
you don't
this.
want anything going in there.
Technically,
It's-
it'd be
it's
more like wolf shit than dog horse shit. but-
It's like it's supposed to heal you, but I feel like it's just like, oh yeah, I feel better. Don't feed me any more of this shit.
Like what I think happens is you put it in and it becomes that comparative thing, right, dude? Like if you're stabbed and your buddy punches you in the knee, it doesn't feel so bad here because you're now focusing on the knee. You put it in the mouth and it just feels like such a caustic burn, dude, that you don't notice that you're in pain anymore.
Just like, oh my god, you're right. This is way worse than any stab wound I've ever had.
Right?
God.
Okay,
It does
okay,
make you feel
enough.
like you don't
Enough.
want to be stabbed anymore.
Stick Sack's all
Listen.
upset. His poor good berries.
If you don't like them, I'll take them back. It's like starts like.
Stink
pulling
Sack, have you ever tried making alcohol with good berries?
out- Oh,
I mean, why? We should try.
You might get
Is it
some
all
new health
day?
Like,
potions out
how
of
this
it.
fucking out? It smells like shit in here as I just try to help Iris.
The good berries smell like shit. The sewer smells like shit.
It's gonna take a while for
Great.
me to get through this hide though. It's gonna be a really thick hide. We'd have to put it in the bag
back
of
all
holding.
looking around, kind of like.
I don't
caveman
think it'd
SpongeBob.
fit in
You
the
wanna
bag of
put-
holding.
No way.
There's a huge alligator right there, and I'm like, you want to put this in the tiny little bag of holding?
I don't know. It's been fitting everything else. I don't know if it could fit in there.
It has to fit
Alright,
for
we're
the
gonna have to
opening
cut
first.
She
it
said-
to pieces.
Well, it's gonna take me some time to get through this. I'll guess I have to make a check with my leatherworking tools. So I can-
Correct.
I cast guidance.
Okay, you're gonna.
Vanny is starfishing face down in the water, but she
Oh!
says something in response to you saying that.
Dude,
Can someone help my out, please?
I'm wondering
I'm
why
on the
you're
thing,
like,
Craig jumps in the water, just like that thing where they like wade over, like when lifeguards
I,
get into the kiddie pool and just start wading over to the kid, just like and just kind of flips her.
What
I
neat shit
go-
did I see at the bottom of the sewer, Will?
Pardon?
Ugh.
What neat shit did I see at the bottom of the sewer?
What neat shit did you see?
Yeah.
I imagine the water is cloudy.
Yeah, you can't see
The
much, buddy.
neatiest of shits.
Ah,
Your eyes are
Elven
filled with shit
orcish
now.
shit.
the liquid here is fairly
Roll a
opaque.
Constitution check.
Yeah.
V?
I don't.
So,
Is
Will,
V
because
helping
of
me
my
with this as well?
the thing. I don't
yes,
think I
I
have
am.
to.
And
No,
by
you're-
the way, V is helping Iris, and as he's doing so, he calls out to Vani. Vani, you still have contact with that Sven guy? We might need some help.
Oh, that's what I said, Erie. We can probably hire another
thank you for
individual
the-
from his firm.
Okay, thank you for the help, V. So that's gonna be a 24.
Damn.
Did you roll guidance too?
Yeah, I rolled the guidance. I rolled my proficiency and my was my dex. It's proficiency and dexterity, so it's +2 each. I rolled a 4 on the guidance. I rolled a 16.
It is almost perfectly skinned. You got me
Alright,
25.
get the head.
perfectly
Get the
skinned.
head. The head will look real cool on the wagon.
Yeah, in the cart.
There's-
Yeah, the clean.
As you're cutting the top of the gator skin off, there's like a couple of edges that are a bit scuffed, but it's mostly get all in one clean sheet itself. And one of your
Not
better
used to
jobs.
this. Not used to
Guys, like,
this.
you-
Oof. Thick.
All the muscle and stuff like exposed. now?
Oh.
She skinned it, so yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
meat.
Sack just dives across over and just starts
I don't.
as best as he can.
I
I want to go
Oh
home.
man, it's covered in
I-
food.
I try and tell him like, I don't think you
Why?
should be
Why?
eating that. We're all covered in. Oof, I stink
Oh, it's
terribly.
delicious.
We all are, Iris.
Also,
we all
like,
smell like shit.
I know I'm probably in the minority here, but can we not add the giant crocodile head to the cart? My mom, already not a fan of the cart.
I would like to
Um,
veto that motion.
As you're eating the
I
crocodile, you
also
hear the
veto
voice
that motion.
in your head, Tyler, saying, "Yes, feast, eat it."
Keep eating.
Well, we definitely need to break
Thoughtful.
this apart.
Yeah.
Was there
Well,
a,
you got an axe.
Yeah.
Why don't you,
It's
know,
all up to.
give it a
Well,
stick?
it is up to
Okay,
Kieran
hold
though.
up, hold up. I have a potential idea that could break it apart pretty quickly.
Okay.
Will, can I make a just flat intelligence, I guess, to see if I could figure out what would happen if I climbed inside of it and cast Arms of Hadar?
Jesus Christ.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to make a motion that we never find that out.
I give him the help action while he's contemplating
Nope.
that. If Vanny mentions it, no, damn you.
Shouldn't that be an Arcana check?
Yes, I am proficient in Arcana.
Maybe nature, but either way, it's going to be the same because I don't know stuff.
You do not.
7.
No thanks.
Damn it.
You think it might be like too messy and it'll like destroy the meat. It wouldn't be worth it.
Vanny says nothing, goes back to floating face down.
I'll
And
I'll start after I finally like clean most of the blood off of the inside of the skin.
Mhm.
I think I'll start like what's the word?
the letting.
No, it's more of chopping up the limbs and trying the fancy word for it.
Eliminate.
Dismembering.
Butchering?
Dismembering.
Butchering.
Thank you. I'm thinking like decapitation, like that's last.
That's just the
but-
head, yeah.
Yeah, that's the head.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna-
need that part. That's the most important part. We
Yeah,
need
well,
that
I'm
Yeah,
just
make sure you get a nice clean cut,
Yeah.
Iris.
Do I have to make a
Sorry.
roll for this?
Oh, it looks so cool.
You're just
I
gonna
mean, it's
It
an
put
will.
attack roll
Skinless
against a dead
head on
animal.
the
I think it's a
card?
lot of not a
I mean, it's more for like, how well do I get the meat off of it, or like, how clean is it?
But
You
wait,
realize that
V's
you're.
hair was dyed. Sorry, V's hair was dyed silver. It's brown now.
Yes.
Aw.
All of your hairs are brown.
Yeah.
Except
You didn't get in the
My
water, so...
I was just
My-
I said
Kieran.
instead. Hold on. Kieran and John Ralphie are as clean as can be in a still gross sewer.
we are relatively.
Relative to the rest of the party who are fucking filthy and covered in shit.
Yeah, I'm using my hand
Oh,
axe
Lord.
to
My natural
dismember.
habitat.
Look over, and Stinksack is currently holding one of the crocodile's eyes in his empty socket and going, "Ha! Check it out!"
Ugh.
The eyes are the size of your fist, like it's
Yeah.
half your head almost. It's massive eye.
Like Igor.
Yeah.
It's
Little
pronounced
bit.
Igor.
Igor.
Igor?
Every
No.
day-
Igor.
Every day I know you, I become more concerned.
Good.
Every day we stray further from the path of Sigmar.
Funny though,
Um,
right? Ha!
Yeah.
Oh no, it
Can I
is.
have a tooth?
You want to get a tooth? Yes.
Could I have a tooth?
If someone wants to make a medicine check, whomever, to see if you can get a croc tooth. Um,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
V,
V's
you
gonna
actually
just
find
rip out
one
a tooth.
embedded in your chest.
Hey, Appling, as I just pull it out. I'm gonna use
Ooh.
healing as I just toss it to him.
Squirt
Are
of
you
blood at the
sure?
same time.
I wasn't there before.
Are you sure you don't want to keep this one?
I think it's gonna get infected. I actually just put it
Plug-
back
I'm gonna plug the
just
hole.
in case.
I don't think that's how it works.
It's like the kill
I gotta say, your healing was clutch. I thought it was goner there. Goner.
It's true.
I thought I was
It
done with it.
was worse for wears.
Oh, I think there's some poop in there. Yeah, that's. Oh, definitely poop.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys think that you maybe should get out of here for now, even with the meat and the skin of the crocodile, being that the smell is becoming overpowering to the point where you're thinking you might be sick after this encounter. Maybe recoup outside for a bit.
How long did that take?
Yes,
Combat?
an hour.
Remember it.
Especially like me doing precise cutting and
Yeah.
skinning the croc.
The
It's gonna be a
skinning
while.
itself took maybe about half an hour because of the size of the creature. Like 5-10 minutes into it, just the sounds of Iris skinning the croc, and just like the only other sounds are in between her, just like the tearing of skin and flesh, and the dripping and running of water, and the stench of shit. It's just kind of sitting there waiting for her to finish. She finishes her. We should get out of here, guys. It's a bit much.
Yeah.
Not without my shoes.
She's like sighs, like we're all covered in shit and we're all tired of V. We can make your bloody
Yeah, I mean, we
shoes
gotta-
later.
We got enough to make a tarp, so yeah, I think we're good. Let's go.
Yeah.
What
there,
if there's
like, a
rat men
ladder?
down here?
I'm in no condition to fight right
There's
See.
nearby. You see, there's another ladder leading up to a manhole cover, pretty close by. So I guess you should just take that to go.
I literally have 1 HP. My temp HP at this point would be gone, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'll get
Does
up
your
to
temp
it.
HP have a time limit?
That's a good
Sack
question.
Well,
walks
I
over
think
so.
and offers you
Oh,
5
was
good
it?
berry.
If it doesn't have a time limit, it's until the end of your next long
End of
rest.
your no. Short or long?
Long.
Long, yeah.
Can I
Didn't
get
know that.
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
Can you what, sir?
No.
No.
Will I end my
No.
darn?
No. Yet nothing.
Stinksack walks over to you, V, when you say that, and he goes, I got 5 good berries for you right here.
In the background, Craig's just like doing.
Poop berries. I'll have them. I fucking eat all 5 of them.
5 HP.
You would
It's
have 4 'cause you already
disgusting.
ate one.
You must feel so full after that, though.
Can I get a
Zanny
con
type.
save?
Con save?
Yeah, you eat all 5,
Let's
like one after the
go.
other.
It's basically like
Yes.
Londis bread.
Woo! That's a 5.
Okay.
Great.
Oh no.
Fanny
Oh,
will
no.
tug on your
Why?
sleeve and say, "Could I interest you in some meatloaf, dearie?" And she
Oh.
pulls some sogging meatloaf from her
Oh,
hair.
no.
You seem quite famished.
Mm.
Craig is behind her, just trying to be like, Vanny, that's not meatloaf. That's Vanny.
It's just a log of shit.
Purify
Yeah,
food and
it's just a
drink.
whole log of shit.
Purify food and drink.
I cast purify food and drink.
Vanny, that's
Do
not
you?
meatloaf.
So it looks like a piece of
Purified
shit,
food
and then
drink and it
Kieran
just
comes over
disappears.
and just pokes it, and it turns into a actual like functioning piece of meatloaf. Not what she usually pulls out of her hair. It actually looks like an appetizing piece of meatloaf.
It's like it's
I bite into it, and I go, onions? Huh. I was just fucking like chop it down.
There's a bit like
Thank you, Vanny.
is that you know, is that clove? Is that?
I'm like, is that sesame seeds?
It's delicious.
Ancient tea leaf recipe passed down from generations before me.
You
I could
now
swear there's bits of bacon in here.
you can assume
just break a piece.
you can
It
assume
even has
that
my personal special ingredient that I've been adding recently. Sawdust.
there's a bit of sawdust in it.
Extra fiber.
To give it that
Oh
nice
my God.
big filling, you know.
Makes it go around
Yeah.
for the 100+ grandkids.
Exactly. It's all about portioning. You can now you have this unlocked knowledge as V that perhaps maybe at one point Danny was a good cook or is a good cook and cooked this, but maybe like decades ago. So now that it's been purified, it's actually returned to its proper state, where it's actually edible. has all the dried meatloaf she's pulling out of her hair that may have been cooked, not sure when, is not questionable, but probably was good at one point, as you can now test.
V just looks at Vanny and Kieran and goes, you know, between the two of you, maybe we could start something. A business, I'm just saying. Smart little bread shop on like corner street of it. Just start talking like there's potential. We'll have to talk about this later.
Are you having sort of a near-death experience, V? Is that what?
I don't know.
roughly-
Am I? As there's like a gush of blood that comes out of my chest because I have one
It's
HP.
like the Quentin Tarantino like from Kill Bill with the blood gushing out like for those Japanese films. It's
Yes,
just like
it's just streaming out of him. Every time he speaks, like multiple holes in his body where the crocodile bit him, all kind of squirt at the same time.
oh.
Especially when he
Oh,
laughs.
you're gonna be fine.
Oh God.
Just, yeah, a couple of
I'll be fine.
band-aids, you know, some meatloaf, you're good.
You just stuff the meatloaf in the holes to plug them up.
Jean-Ralphie, I don't know about you, but I think with V being injured and we've all been in the sewer, I think we've got to kind of clean ourselves.
To the bathhouse.
Wait, there's a house
Yes.
that you bathe in? I thought we were going to your house to bathe.
Okay,
Fuck that.
No,
I
it's,
ain't bringing you
it's a
guys to my house
house.
in this condition. We have
It's
to
a
go
bath-
to the
it's a house
bathhouse. We
where
need
baths live.
professionals. I need a
You're in-
manicure.
Okay, no, everyone, just stop for a second. Ben, did you really just say what I thought you said?
What?
Yes, yes.
A
V
bathhouse
is gonna
is
try to
where
roll an
baths
deception
live.
check, try to persuade Iris that a bathhouse is where baths go to live.
Baths?
Baths, yes.
I would like to give Ben advantage.
Roll it.
Can I even it out into disadvantage?
No, you can
Oh my
give
God,
Iris
that was
advantage
almost a
on
nat 20.
Oh,
I
that's
would like to
really
give
funny.
I would like to give Iris
allow this.
advantage just by
I'll allow
doing this
this.
sort of like
No,
That's nat 20.
no.
Oh my god.
Iris, I'm giving you advantage. Like just doing this in the background like
On,
Okay,
on your
insight, I
insight.
guess.
Yeah.
Alright. Insight.
Is anybody gonna give anyone guidance?
No.
I would
No,
have to do it ahead
I was
of
going to
time.
say, Kieran wants to see his chaos unfold.
It's a 13.
Kieran-
It's a 13.
Kieran is casting prestidigitation on his sword.
Mm.
Wow.
He's doing.
Lord.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
Bathhouses are where baths live. It's their
Yeah,
natural
exactly. That's
habitat.
why we have to go to the bathhouse. My bath is currently at the
Right,
bathhouse.
right. As I
gave
look
it the
at
day
the
off.
goblin, right, goblin, yeah.
I think Iris tries to contemplate this and she kind of blue screens. She's like,
the window shutting down noise. Do.
Stinksack,
Yeah.
on the other hand, goes, Mike's perfect stinks.
I was just about to say, it exactly sounds logical to you. You don't know what a bathhouse is, but houses where people
Exactly
live,
doesn't
and you know
know
what a
what a
bath
bath
is. Bathhouse must be where they go.
I mean,
Must
that's
be so
odd. I
many
was just
day.
bathing in the river outside town, so that's always a good
Oh,
place.
V is gonna add. Haven't you heard the common tale of Goldilocks and the three baths?
I have, yes.
No, I don't think I have. Is it one of your
Well,
stories?
the one Papa bath, mother bath, the
Baby
little
bath.
Like as we were walking, you were like talking.
Walking right to the bathhouse. Goldilocks
get
ate the
near-
bath oatmeal.
there's a Madame Bathory joke here somewhere. I can't find it.
Oh my god.
As we get nearer, Vanny will catch on to what's going on and go, "Ah, yes, dearie. Now remember, it's evening time. You must be very quiet. They're all asleep in there."
But
Okay, sentient baths, adding that to the world.
no, they're mimics.
I think we were just trying to go to a bathhouse
we
and all the
fight
baths
mimics
go.
as- If we fight mimics that were
Oh my God.
masquerading
But
as
they're
bats,
but get this, so they're mimics, but they're nice mimics because they like to drink the bathwater after they're done.
They-
Ah,
That's disgusting.
pathetic.
Thank
you Mimics for are your gross.
Nice.
love how the party is now collectively Belle Delphine.
Oh my god.
So you guys make your way to the bathhouse?
This campaign, let's re-roll as 7 bath mimic.
Bath mimics? If anyone dies and wants to play
We're in a
Bath Mimic,
hyper
I'll
Belle
allow it.
Yes. That's actually really good. You're
If
welcome,
it's a
Will. We can have
TPK,
that for
we're
free.
reincarnated as 7 Mimic.
Kind of like how we did the monster one shot. We'll do a mimic one shot. Got it. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you gotta like think where you place yourself to catch people. Anyway,
No,
moving
no,
on.
no. The what? Sorry to get off the rails, but one shot, but we're all mimics and we're all part of a house.
It's like prop hunt.
Go.
Yes. Yes.
Oh God.
Gary's mod, anyone? No? Okay.
Like
Can we
the-
just go to the bathhouse?
Why do mimics
The
have
bathhouse.
17
Yeah.
strength?
Because they
Whoa.
have
So
big,
they
also
can
because of their
lick you.
tongues
Damn.
and their
They're all
teeth.
muscles.
I mean,
They
they have
cast
17
magic
strength for
mouth.
their tongue. I wonder what my
the less
strength
I
would
know
be.
about mimics,
Yeah.
the better off I am.
Hey, Will, they live at the gym.
They
so-
live at the gym? Okay.
Hmm.
You go to the gym, they're like, you see a barbell lifting another barbell.
You didn't see nothing.
like
You lie down, suddenly you feel a strange sensation on your back on the bench. The bench goes, oh yeah, stealthy.
Delicious.
oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pump that
It's-
iron.
Ew.
It's like, as you
All
say,
right.
I need somebody to spot me. The bar.
The bar's like, I got you.
I will.
Just grows legs and helps you lift.
Oh my god.
Okay, another idea.
I want a pet mimic
A
now.
mimic gym.
Anyway.
Can we just go get clean, please?
Yes.
You guys arrive at the bathhouse. I actually rolled to see if they would let you in or not, and they will. But
Oh, nice.
This is still during the Festag.
Meanwhile, we're
correct?
carrying
it's the same night
crocodile
still.
skin and meat.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
God.
a late
Giant
afternoon.
head.
You pull up
Huge
to the bathhouse, and the concierge essentially goes, looks, sees you guys coming, and goes, oh, Sigmar, no. And
Especially
he-
Iris, who
just-
looks like Arnold. Like
He comes around the counter. He's like, "No,
I
I
just
can't.
walk past him and go, "Oh yes,
No,
yes,
oh no,
yes,
no,
yes, yes,
please,
yes,
no.
yes."
Oh God. Okay, hold on. You can't. He gestures to the giant croc skin. You can't bring that in here. There,
Okay.
you,
No, I get.
Listen,
you know what?
listen.
I totally get it. If we could put it somewhere that's not going to desecrate your bathhouse.
how? There's not enough space for you to get through the door. What do you, why do you
Is-
have
is-
that?
Is there like
Is
a
it
back?
because the bat's so afraid?
What?
V just like asked, might I speak with Father Bath? Is Father Bath available?
I think for the first time, Craig face palms.
Yeah, he thinks you're retarded.
Hey, we don't use the R word here.
He. Too late? I think it's too late.
Yeah,
I think it's too
too
late.
late.
You said it.
I'm thinking about my previous VODs. Yeah, no, too late. He looks at you straight in the face. Who? What? Who?
I
Apparently
get close
they
to him
sleep at
and I say,
night.
no, I pull out 5 gold pieces, 5 shit-covered gold pieces, and I say, just go fetch me Father Bath, okay?
I don't. Oh,
Go.
gods.
What to tell you? Go.
He,
I give him the money.
he leaves, not sure what he's looking for.
Well, I bring in the crocodile. Come on, let's go. We gotta watch.
Get in.
Connor, what are you
Lose it.
doing?
Flossing?
Why are you doing it
On-
on camera?
As good a time as any, I guess.
Connor, this isn't the kind of flossing that goes viral.
He's
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I gotta save time before I get ready for bed. Might as well floss right now.
Oh,
Damn,
God.
those ribs I had, they're
Right off.
stuck in there.
And there, just call it a night.
He's
I need
catering
to-
to a very specific crowd.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah,
Getting in character.
remember? Today's episode is sponsored by dentists.
There's no coming back from this.
9 out of 10 dentists recommend playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I will
So-
never financially recover.
You guys navigate your way in to the bathhouse. It's fairly empty because everyone's busy partying still. So you're able to take
smell.
whatever section you'd want. There are separate pools. And there's a stone floor, and there's like 4 large pools that you can go into. There's some steam coming out from the said pools. You can see beside the pools there's some buckets with some sponges and some bars of soap.
Quick question:
Quick answer.
Is the one or both of the teams who were playing Blood Bowl the last session in the bathhouse?
They are not.
Nah.
They have their private locker room bathhouses for that.
I think what Irish
At least the
do-
home
do they
team
have like
does.
a big. Do they have a really big bath? Like it's almost like a pool sort of thing.
Listen, there's 4 of
A
them,
spring?
and they're all kind of like small pool size, not kiddie pool, but like enough to fit like 4 people comfortably, like to bathe together. Just because there's no honesty in a bathhouse, and there's 4 different pools, so you can effectively be washing 16 people at once.
All right. Irish Lily just starts sharking off all her clothes, not giving a fuck.
Is that kind of party?
Kieran walks around
Stinksack's already
casting
naked.
prestidigitation to clean things. Clothes,
Craig?
whatever.
Craig just takes one of the buckets, fills it at the pool, walks to a corner that's away from everyone else, holds it up, and then just dumps it on himself to get as much as he can before he goes into the pool proper.
You give him the help
What?
action.
How are you scrubbing him? Describe how you help him, please.
How do you
How?
help
By all
covered
means.
man not be
I grab
full
a
of
mop
shit?
on the corner and I just start going.
You do
When that's done, Craig's like, all right, like, your turn, dude. And like takes the mop and gives you the bucket.
No, not that one. Let's find another one. That's one covered in shit.
It's covered in shit.
Look for another mop.
Actually,
Yeah,
no.
I think
come
Iris
back with
can
a
have
broom.
her own pool
Use
because
this.
she's so
Yeah.
big.
God.
the big woman. Yeah, so you guys kind of scrub some off before you get in. Irish, you just get right in there, and you just like the pool like fills with shit that's rushing off your body.
So
There's, like,
one
centers.
question for you, DM.
Yes,
Is this a short rest?
all out.
Okay, in that case,
Oh,
how much
short
XP
rest.
did we get from that croc?
Later.
No, because if this is a short rest, we might level up.
Are you gonna level up while you're in the
Yeah.
bathhouse and derail the session?
And if we RP, will you add
Exactly.
to that?
No.
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 XP for a role playing in a role playing game? Absolutely not.
Build a monster,
You
man.
kill, and that's how you get experience.
How dare you suggest it, madam?
So
Yeah, I
this is
think
a
I'm
short
clear.
rest.
Yes, so you guys can take a short rest. To answer Cameron's question, you get 257 experience each.
Nice.
That is definitely enough for level 3.
It
Whoa.
definitely. Oh
Yeah,
No,
we
it
hit level
isn't.
3.
no, we were at 619. Or
So
did
I
I
have to-
miss one of my own?
You
numbers?
missed.
One.
I have
Yeah.
660.
We're at
747. There we
997
are.
now.
Sorry, it's because that one I didn't highlight in red. That's my own fault.
But we just hit level 3.
Yes. Congratulations,
Huzzah!
guys.
Regis
We
We are
deleted.
at 1004, ladies and gentlemen.
You're
Is it
welcome,
like
Ben.
WoW, where you go instantly to full health and get everything.
Hang on, sorry.
No.
All 20 is kind of weird. I don't know how to ship it.
No
Are we
doubt.
actually
Did
we
leveling up
level
right
up?
now?
I
Yeah,
would.
but
No,
only
I'm
when
doing
we
a
take a
short
long
rest.
rest. We're doing a short rest, but when we long rest, we'll be
We're
able
gonna
to
do it mid-session.
mid-session. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
There's no actual rule in 5th edition about you need a
So you're the
rest
boss.
or whatever.
Just tell us.
It's up
Stuff
to
for
the
DM,
DM.
basically.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I don't want to, unless you guys have already like pre-leveled your characters.
No.
Should said yesterday to be like okay, level 3, so we go right to it. That's my bad. If I know you guys are gonna level up in a session, I'll do it next time. Saying by the way, prepare your characters for the next level so that we can do it mid-session.
Did we
Yeah,
not
because
do
otherwise
that
there's gonna
last
be
session?
an hour on stream all leveling
I thought
up.
that we did that last session.
But it's
No.
only level 3. I mean, we're professionals. We know how to level up our character.
I know what I'm going for. I'm
I
going
mean,
straight
you
I
guys-
know what I'm going to. I've been waiting for 2 months.
Yeah,
Will.
that's
I'm
why I
going
said you're welcome
straight-
back.
I'm going straight for Drunken Master. Do not pass go.
Hey, don't reveal it right now. It's a secret for the
How is that a
audience.
Oh,
secret?
what a
How?
surprise! The
The frat boy is a drunken master.
I honestly didn't know.
The
Honestly, I
frat
didn't
boy
know
moment
either.
to
That
be
kind
to
of
learn
thing.
magic
is going to take
Thank
Drunken
you.
Master. What a fucking surprise!
I
I
love
Way
see it
out of
coming.
left field, that one. babe.
pandemonium, as the cake
I
suggested.
didn't even think about it.
I
mean,
mean,
it's on the
Showing
really
BBRs instead of shurikens. What do you think?
I don't
Makes
know.
sense. It makes sense now, but I didn't catch it.
It does make sense now, but yes. So
Plot twist, Radiant Soul.
yeah, I think Iris gets out of the pool at one point, and she's still kind of not fully clean, but you know,
Shit caked? Yes.
Yeah, still a bit shit cake, so she like goes to another pool to finally
to infect that one too. As you guys are watching, you switch to the other pool. The patron comes back again. Not the patron. The concierge comes back and goes, "Oh my god, no! It's disgusting! No, you're supposed to rinse
Meanwhile,
off
over
first."
the corner, it's just V and Craig with a broom and a mop just doing this.
No, you're
Zach's
ruining
bath
the
is just brown.
bathhouse. Yeah.
Next path is just
I
brown.
feel so bad that we rolled for dick size last session and not right now.
Would you like me to read out everyone's stats once more?
The stats.
That was 2 sessions. That was 2 sessions.
They're
That was
called
also 2
digits.
sessions ago.
They're called digits. Get it right.
No, these are
If I want to
stats.
know the digits, I'm asking about your penis size,
Oh my god.
Do you draw them?
which wouldn't be the first time that I've asked for. What was that, John? Sorry.
I'm saying I think I wrote mine down.
Okay.
I found it.
I wrote yours down.
Oh my god.
Taverns keep it
8
track.
inches.
That's what I have.
That's
Mine is on my character sheet, and every time I open it up, it just says 13-inch dick. I'm like,
It does indeed say that, yes.
Is it in like bold letters or?
It is now.
That makes me happy inside.
It's only
Alright.
a bold. it's only a
You
bold
guys
letter
short
for
rest
girthy.
with your large penises, for the most part. In
Oh,
the
excuse
bathhouse.
me.
I said for the
Excuse
most
me.
part. I said for the most part. Because there are 2 members with small and/or no dicks.
3.
3. We don't know what Vanny is. Don't make an assumption, okay?
Don't assume anything about Vanny.
That's a large penis. That's not a penis.
Oh,
it's a
boy.
tentacle. It's just more hair.
I think at one point, like, Iris' scrubbing is like, oh, this is worse than the dung beetle excursion in the rain seasons. Ugh.
Is it?
Annie is sitting in
What?
the water like this, so the water's up to here. And it's just like the top of her hair.
I can't get the tentacle image out of my head.
You're welcome.
I
Mm.
hate you.
Everett's back, the tentacle, just like leaning.
So, okay, sorry. I just want to know because I don't want to roll hit dice and stuff. I guess I'll say this in character. Okay. Oh, what's the plan? Away.
I'm going
Heading
home.
back into the sewers.
No,
Yes,
absolutely.
we're going
No.
back in the sewer.
I'm going home.
What? Okay, then go home.
Well, I'm in the bath right now, but after this, I'm gonna go home.
Do you have a home?
Did you get in the bath? 'Cause you're clean.
Complicated.
What I thought.
And I
Yeah,
was
me too,
in
buddy.
a sewer, which isn't clean.
Okay.
Yeah,
V, you almost died by
I
this
did, and now I'm fine.
creature. What was that
If you
thing?
watch,
anyway?
my wounds are gone. It was a giant crocodile. Right there, dead. Gotta make shoes out of it.
The concierge is like sobbing at like the base of the crocodile skin because it's
Oh
like
no.
it's still kind of leaky, especially the meat. So there's like water, shit, and alligator blood covering
Oh,
the floor
no.
of his establishment, and he's just like sobbing. I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
Craig goes up with the broom that is now covered in shit from Vanny,
Oh,
stand beside him, and just
no.
slowly starts to sweep.
Oh no. Eventually if you see Iris walking around completely naked, she's wearing this necklace. It's a wooden necklace of some kind with a animal carved on the top, if anyone wants to take a look at up close. And then on another part, you see this enormous scar starting from like under her breast all the way down to almost to her hip.
Yeah, everybody's looking at the necklace. Totally.
I would
And
like
it's
to
like
remind everyone
it's like
that
a
I'm over in the
jagged sort
corner
of scar. Like
weeping
it's,
shit.
I respectively look at the necklace with a 12 perception.
it's carved. It looks like it's still being carved. So it's got roundish, or it looks like ears. So it's like a cross between a wolf and a bear.
A wolf bear?
I'd like to use my portent natural 1 to look at the necklace.
That's actually really funny.
Uh,
Yes, the necklace.
nice necklace, and his eyes are just straight. I was laughing originally because Connor is just at the bottom of the screen.
It's falling back, and I need to get back to my computer.
Iris doesn't really care. She's like, I'm naked.
Definitely
We're all
not.
naked.
Kieran is very hairy.
But yeah, there's
Never
like
seen
she's like
that
coated in.
animal before.
But yeah, she's like coated in a whole bunch of kind of like scars, like bite marks some places, but that gigantic scar is like pretty long.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's from it's like cut her stomach like from there to the hip. It's super big, and it even goes through her back when she turns her back around.
Okay, but physically, how long is
Oh.
it?
Physically, it's about an 8 to 10 inch.
So not as tall as me.
No, but it's pretty huge
Is
size.
that where you were going with that? Okay.
I was trying to figure out if a halfling had crawled out of her at some point.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
William's
Will,
face,
you get why I'm
Oh my God.
concerned, right? Specifically, why are we concerned about that? Cause it's happening.
Not where I thought you were going with that either.
Fucking died, man. That face you made killed me.
The facts about the existence of Vanny are starting
Flipping.
to add up.
It's sort of upsetting.
Oh, fuck.
God.
And now that she's completely soaked and naked, you will realize that her hair is like twice her height in length, and she is rather thin other than her pudgy face.
Oh.
And she's bent over like a croissant.
A croissant?
She's a croissant-looking motherfucker with really long hair.
Oh.
And
Oh my
there's
God.
like all of her belongings are floating in the water around her because her hair backpack is undone.
Oh
So-
shit. Do you want me to brush your hair?
Oh, no one's brushed my hair in 3 decades, dearie. By
Oh.
all means,
my
go
God.
ahead.
Oh wow. That's
She
a lot
looks
of
Not as long
tangle.
as I thought you were
Extremely
gonna say.
pleased.
I am extremely not.
I mean, my hair's a wreck, really, but yours, I think we need to do a bit of work on your hair.
We're gonna be
There
here all
are-
night.
There are 4 bone tentacles that just kind of dangle there in the water as well.
Whoa, what the
my
fuck are
God.
those?
It's what used to look like bone decorations in her hair are now very clearly some sort of appendage-like bone structure
What
that
in
just
the
float off the back
actual
of her head.
hells is that?
Ah, that would be my skull, dearie. Please don't touch it. It's sensitive.
We gotta talk about that.
What?
I have
we
to
gotta
go
talk about
home.
that right now.
Disgusting.
Someone needs to make me an
Disgusting.
X-ray of Vanny. Croissant,
Oh my God.
bone tentacle
Please
skull.
don't commission that. Don't ever commission that to anybody. Nobody should ever have to. Oh my God.
Oh god.
This is some
Reminds me of
more
like The
I learn.
Simpsons where it's like DeMarge's hair is part of the X-ray and shit like that.
Oh, you will notice something though. Out of everything that's come out of her hair, one thing has stayed. The flower that sits in her hair is still there.
Oh.
Aw.
She specifically
Probably
avoided
growing on
getting
her
it wet
skull.
at all costs. She like dipped around and got everything except that. That's still there.
Mm.
Is it a parasite?
V is gonna look at Festag and say, "I bet you 20 gold pieces that flower grows on her skull."
Mine. Heads up. I don't take that bait.
Yeah, I'm not taking that money, man. Like, I don't know nothing about Vanny, and I don't want to bet against knowing nothing about Vanny.
Just keep scrubbing. Just like, you missed the spot.
Seeing V's bone tentacles, Kieran just lifts himself out of the bath,
Okay.
really naked, picks up his stuff, and walks out.
It's like
It's too much.
this.
That's too much room.
No.
Dripping wet, naked.
Oh.
Nope,
Karen, you leaving?
Yep.
we can't be here anymore.
I have to not be here.
Oh.
Literally
Ralphio would've-
anywhere but here.
By the way, John Raffley would have ritual cast Unseen Servant so that the Unseen Servant could wash him.
Can wash him. Yeah, no, I figured.
Yeah, nice.
I assume that any form of self-care, manual labor, chore,
Basically, anything
anything
requiring my hands is done by the Unseen
is
Servant.
done by the sir. Yes. No, I assumed as much.
Do you have a hairbrush, Fanny?
She points to one floating in the water a few feet away.
Is it a
Look at that,
pitchfork?
dearie.
Okay, I start brushing her hair. Do I have to make a strength
Our
check
entire
because
loot
it's so
always.
fucking like tangled?
Describe the hairbrush.
3 decades of age. Oh, it's a pretty nice wood carved, very faded at this point though. It was once painted as the same kind of way that you would paint a teacup. Porcelain white
Aw.
in places, and then a small decoration of flowers around the edges.
It's seen many days.
And yeah, I think once we're mostly clean, I'll sit on a rock and surrounding the pool, and I'll start trying to brush whatever tangles is in the 30-year-old tangles out of this
Ooh.
hair.
Maddie will hold the tentacles in front of her and let you just brush the hair.
Yeah.
Hey, do
Is
some kind of demon like this one.
Oh, hardly, no.
I take offense to that. I'll have you know,
being called
Craig-
demon or being compared to Vanny?
being compared to Vanny,
Yeah.
pluck out a piece of it from my horn.
Craig has not stopped making eye contact with the bone tentacles. Just like,
One of them waves.
Ah!
Oh,
nope! he just drops the broom and follows after Kieran.
Oh my god.
Butt ass naked, both of you, just holding your stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
My God.
I think Iris is very cautious
A
about
lot.
those things. She's like, okay, we're gonna, like in her head, like, we're gonna ignore that for the time being. We're gonna
Well-
talk about that.
We'll circle back on that.
Yeah, we'll unpack that later.
As things drift by her, Vanny slowly starts collecting her belongings from the shit bath. She leaves
I give
the
her the
food.
help action in the form of tossing away from my personal space as I'm like, I'll go away. Like, that's me giving you the help action.
All right.
Let's see, what did I have that would be floating near you?
Just curious about the whole like brushing hair thing. Is it like, does it go copacetically? Like,
I mean, 30-year-old Tangle, she should probably roll a strength check to be
Or
perfectly
else the
honest.
brush breaks.
yeah, or at least something like that. Yeah, give me an athletics check.
30.
Athletics. Cool. 10.
Yeah, like you get caught and like you like trying to like hold the hair and like, pull through it. You're just like, what the fuck? It's like trying to like rip a book in half.
Ugh.
It's like, you're like bending it, and, like it's not moving.
So much of the tension is going away already, dear. You're quite good at this.
It's not as bad as my hair can get after a month of not brushing it. So I'm like,
I'm just
trying
imagining
not
that
to
one
rip the
scene
hair
from
out of her
Princess
scalp.
Diaries.
Yes, exactly.
And the sitter's taking out hatchet to just chop through it.
Have you ever thought
Yes.
about cutting it? Like,
Oh no, dearie. I love my hair. I've been known to have the longest hair in the moot for the past 72 years.
I'm sure if you cut off 72 years worth of hair, you'd still have the longest hair in the moot.
No, that damn Bertha keeps trying.
Me immediately goes, so you're saying there's more of you out there?
There is
I just,
a
like,
whole
touch
county
it
full of them.
and leave. He leaves the room
Yeah,
and
no,
joins the rest.
he's
You want to
following
meet my
Kieran and
family?
Craig out the
Oh,
window.
well, there you go.
So if you guys don't know, we just established a big bad evil guy as Bertha.
Perfect.
World domination through hair growth.
it's another old
Oh
fucking
my
rival.
God.
It's one of the fucking Golden Girls. It's one of the.
Wrong campaign.
Being being a fiend.
Golden girls.
All right, you guys have cleaned yourselves. It's
Am I
been
clean?
like an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the bathhouse. You are sufficiently clean. You're kind of taking a bath in your own filth and shit, so there's only so much cleaning you can do at a certain point.
I mean, I tell the party, like, there's a great spot that I've gone to bathe in the river outside of town if you want to, like, take another dip before going to bed.
Oh,
We
that sounds
definitely
lovely.
Bad.
I'm pretty sure we're heading back into the sewers, love.
Yes. We are.
Right now? You
At
just got
this
clean.
moment, we just got clean.
Exactly.
And I'm
You'll
pretty
never
sure we don't want
expect it.
to trouble the kind
I
people
get close to
here.
Iris. Iris, you need to understand. Now we kind of smell like shit, so it masks our smell. They'll never expect it.
I'm pretty
What?
sure there's a.
Come on,
it
Stinksack,
doesn't
help
look
me out
good.
here.
You're right. See, if we head on in there and there's more crocodiles, then we can swim past them. Because
Alternative,
Do you do this weird
That's
bobbing
not
thing
like
too?
if there's more crocodiles, don't make noise. Or
Yeah.
fall in the
Don't go
river.
in the water.
Don't go in the water.
I
anyways,
agree.
look, I want
That's
to
a
kill
good
some more
idea.
beasties. That's where I'm at.
I mean, is everybody okay with that? I look at Jean Ralphio.
Maybe we should, let the guards know that we're dealing with crocodiles.
Actually, I have a question for you.
They
Mojo
might
Man.
up the reward once they see what we're gonna be fighting.
I
again.
mean, do we know it's crocodiles?
Oh, we
We've
killed
only
the crocodiles already.
We've only.
Hey.
You-
Plus, how do we know there's plural? What if we're just going to the sewers for no reason?
On
Well, you're
Ralphio went
muted.
in a
No,
different
we're
way.
going to the sewer to find people.
Find
Craig puts up
anything
a hand.
interesting. Hold on, Craig. Get to you. On Ralphio.
No, let him speak. I want to hear him. Let's just get it over with. Let him speak.
Fine. Craig.
Walk
Wasn't the
outside.
problem that things were coming out of the sewers and kidnapping people? That croc was too big to come out of a manhole on its own.
Well, how did we get it out then?
We cut it up.
We cut it to pieces. As I point to the rolled up sushi of a crocodile behind me.
Sushi dial.
Damn it. So it really could not have been the crocodile.
No, I don't think it could have been a
No,
crocodile.
it was
'cause
not.
it
Well, that's
could've
my
come
question.
out.
Could have been.
On Ralphio, what did you say when you went in on the other side?
Will, what did I see when I went to the other side?
Whole lot of sewer. You were just
I
sprinting.
saw a whole lot of sewer.
Anything suspicious?
Would John Ralphio be looking for that?
No.
There you
John
go.
Ralphio saw that the entire town is in desperate need of better fiber.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Lord.
Too much meat and cheese.
Sawdust.
Mm.
Needs more
That's
sawdust.
why it's in there.
Oh my god.
Alright, well,
I
I'm gonna
hate that
spend
she's
my
right.
hit dice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you spend a short rest, so if you guys want to spend hit dice to regain hit points. If you've lost any, you can go ahead. If you haven't already.
I regained.
I combined two thoughts in my head, and instead of thinking baking with Vanny, I thought baking with dysentery, and I'm like,
Oh
Oh
no.
my god.
Jesus.
Dysentery's
No,
gonna get
no,
ya.
no. Why did you say that?
I am disappointed in the words that just came out of you.
Baking
I
with
look at-
dysentery.
I look at Vanny and I say, "Are you okay with going back in?"
oh, I was fine before we even left. I felt quite at home, as a matter of fact. Although, I don't think that I've tied my hair quite the same. I think that I've lost most of my meatloaf.
Well, put it on the bright side. You could
Craig,
always
Craig
make
leans
more.
over to V. Is like, her being at home in the sewer is a problem of concern, right? That's not just.
I'm pretty
that's not
sure.
Absolutely.
just me.
Absolutely.
Is that where the moot is? And then
Ah,
the sewers?
It reminds me of the moot. That's why I felt at home.
Wait, the moot is. Where is the moot?
Moot is not a sewer, for those of you paying attention.
Points. never eat soggy meat. Points southwest-ish.
Okay.
Mostly west, a bit south.
And it's always in water.
Maybe not the moot. Why do I feel so at home here?
I
Vanny
think you're
seems
thinking of-
legitimately
Oh.
concerned with her own thoughts at this point.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This makes Craig even more legitimately concerned with Vanny's thoughts.
no matter. Anyhow, I'll definitely make some more meatloaf. Kieran, you're a halfling. Perhaps
Hey.
you have your own recipe.
I am.
Would you like to mix and match a bit?
Well, Kieran's outside. He left already.
Oh, is this happening?
I thought you guys were outside.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we're
thought we
out.
came outside.
I
Oh,
thought
Oh,
we
no,
were
I
outside?
was having a conversation after.
Yeah,
I thought
we
we
left.
came
Oh.
after.
Didn't you
the-
also leave? Didn't you also leave?
Yeah.
Kieran
Three of
was
us
Yeah,
Okay,
going
so yeah,
but
this is outside.
to leave
Okay.
and then he stayed outside.
Yeah. This is
cool.
assuming that you guys have finished cleaning, whether you were having a discussion on your
yeah.
way out or outside.
Hmm.
guys.
We're going home,
Oh no.
are we?
Let's call it a night and do some more sewer.
Well, yeah,
division
because he
tomorrow.
said he was going home, so we gotta catch up.
Here's my thing. I just had a revelation.
Ooh.
Big.
You believe it possible? Perhaps Vanny is kidnapping people, bringing them into the sewers, and that's why she thinks it's home.
I'd never.
That'd be a
How
lot
Yeah,
of
that's
work
not bad.
for one
Kidnap
woman.
people? Vanny looks around a bit, but I was with you for well over a week. While these people were disappearing.
I mean,
We
she's not
confirm
there.
that.
It's also a lot of work for a wee woman, you know that?
Oh, no, not really. If I really wanted to. Now, you see, as you demonstrated with the crocodile, if I'd simply dismembered them after killing them, I could move them portion by portion. And that way.
I
We
don't
still
like
have the
fact that
crocodile?
As a realization.
Yeah, just still have the crocodile.
Vanny,
Okay, good.
hey,
That crocodile's important.
Vanny, you're doing it
They're
again.
all- they're
I'll
all
see what
wisdom
I
checks.
Yes.
How about we keep some of this meat and you can make meatloaf out of it?
Crocodile meatloaf.
It'll make
Tastes
you
like
strong.
chicken. I can tell you myself, I've eaten alligator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it tastes
Well,
exactly
it's a
like chicken.
crocodile, so motherfucker, get it.
What is it?
Alligator or crocodile, William?
They're the
It
same
looks like an alligator, but I think it's a crocodile.
Oh.
I mean, the picture.
All of this.
beast. I think we should have to roll nature checks to see if any of our characters know either of those things.
Yes,
I did it
I
last session. I have
100%
no
agree.
idea.
No idea.
I rolled a 5. I have
No
no
idea.
idea. It's a crocodile. What?
Roll that in.
And
Okay, do we want to go sleep so the squishies can regenerate?
Regenerate.
No.
Good idea.
No? Good. Let's go then.
Again.
As I look down on the halfling. Let's go.
Which one?
Which halfling?
Time is of the essence.
The one that I
You look
actually
down on
talked
all
to.
of them.
That's also both of them.
No, I don't talk to Vanny.
Correct.
Just that gift is one
Kieran.
every time Vanny is anywhere near.
Kieran, are you good
FYI.
with this? Or are you on the other side of people wanting to probably have a rest, a proper rest?
Fine, he could just implore his god,
No.
whatever that is.
I'm going home.
No.
I suggest you all do the same. Tomorrow, we'll go back down into the sewer.
I'll have time to make some meatloaf.
I mean,
God.
Kieran, if it's the sake of eating some good berries, I've got 5 left. It's all
I
the
don't-
healing you need.
I don't need any healing, but I don't have a lot more miracles to do.
Okay, home we go then.
Fine.
Go.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Guys can rest for the evening.
Mhm.
Yes.
Fuck.
The last day of the Festag wraps up. Tomorrow will be a much calmer day in the city as people sleep in much later than they normally do.
I continue like halfway through the night, like brushing Vanny's hair, trying to continue to get the tangles out.
As
Think
agreed
Zach.
with his mom, Craig goes to his own home.
Question 6, Zach. Where do you put the crocodile head?
I spent the night talking with Stinksack on how we should place the crocodile head on the cart.
Well, what I was going to suggest is to bring the head over to the cart so that I could start affixing it to the cart. And if
Now, Stinksack, do you think we should leave it rotting or we should remove the skin on it?
I like the raw
mean-
look, personally.
Oh, yeah, the lock, the smell, it's about the smell. In the front or the back, do we want to deter somebody chasing us, or do we want to deter people chasing us like in the front?
It's kind of cool. Look,
And
if you put it on the front and then they turn around and they're like, ah, crocodile coming at me, you know,
Okay, hear me out. What
Yeah.
about we cut it in half and we put it on each half of the cart? That way it goes fast.
Oh, that would make it faster. It's simple science. Yes, let's do it that way. We'll paint it
Alright, we
red.
spend the night cutting up a crocodile head in half.
Wonderful.
Sticking it with
Lengthwise.
staples onto the side.
Okay.
Craig's not there, but as Cameron, that's not how science works.
If you paint it red, it goes faster.
That's how green
That's-
skin
yeah.
science works.
And if it has
If I believe in
angry
it.
teeth, it is ferocious. Go with that.
I go home.
Okay.
Like
We level
home.
up.
I
Yay,
try to find a
guys.
place
My
where they
mother,
sell
I
green
would.
paint.
All right. You guys
I
are going
want
to
Green paint.
green paint, or red
With
paint.
long red. Green. Because crocodiles are green, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I wanted to match the crocodile heads that are you know, like the Ninja Turtle mobile? That's what I want.
Okay.
With the
Okay. I can dig
Oh
it.
my
Yeah.
god! With the... Now we just
You
gotta get
want me to
manhole
take the long
covers and
rest?
shoot
I
them
will
out.
take the long rest, you motherfuckers. Now you pay the price.
All right. We'll call it you guys for the evening. Go get your long rests. We'll take our 5-minute break now. And
Level up during our break.
Everyone level up
if
real
you're
quick.
gonna level up during your break,
Oh, and
Okay.
don't forget today's sponsor.
fantasy PBR.
Fantasy. PBR.
1d4
Alright.
of bludgeoning damage never tasted so cheap.
Love
Or
it.
felt so cheap.
Love it.
Forgot the modifier.
Tasted so
There's
cheap.
a modifier to it.
Mhm.
Are you at?
It's
Yeah,
1d4 plus
All right. We will be right back.
plus 3.
said killing a giant crocodile gives the same amount of XP as running a full marathon.
Oh.
Are you equating because you didn't contribute in combat that running the marathon gave you all that experience?
Yes.
Okay. I'll allow it. This one time. All right. The night passes. You guys can continue leveling up as we move along. Morning comes, and each character feels a little bit different. A little, sparkle in their eye. A little hop to their step today. As you, for once, didn't spend the night whoring and drinking, you are, I think, the only people in Altdorf today that are not hungover. So you can go ahead and start your days as you normally would, whether you want to run some errands or check the markets, maybe head to the guild hall first before adventuring back into the sewers, or go right into the sewers instead of you guys.
I think we'd like to go to the town guard first, just let him, give him a quick update on what we found.
Okay.
Just so he knows that we haven't been, whoring around all night.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm putting the emphasis on all night. We did do some whoring around.
So,
I think Iris would mention, we've got all this money. Don't you think we should be preparing ourselves to go down there? We can't always rely on Kieran to help us.
I mean, that's his job.
Yeah, but the elders that I grew up with, they made healing salves and potions so that, if someone in our group, our hunting group, would go down, we would be able to heal ourselves and also heal the other person who's the healer.
Yes, those are called good berries.
We did have good berries, but they didn't last very long.
How long are we gonna be in the sewers, though?
That's up to you guys.
See, we can just leave the sewers anytime. Get more good berries. I see no reason to waste perfectly good money on healing potions.
The goblin just makes them appear out of nowhere. As I look at things where did it come from? How do you make those?
Tyler, you're muted.
Oh.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
You see, the goblins, the forest goblins anyway, they taught me how to make magics, and I just go and make 10 in my hand.
They appear out of the thin air almost. Yeah, the whole handful.
I say,
I wish you didn't, but
does everybody want one?
Yes, I take 2.
I'll take one.
He takes 2.
I'll also take 1.
I give 1 to everybody, and I say, wait. Don't eat them yet.
So, yeah, before you continue with the goodberry thing, sorry. V, when you went to bed last night, you are looking much more tired than the rest of the party, as you didn't sleep very well after shoving all those good berries in your mouth. You had a bit of an experience with these funky mushrooms.
Oh boy.
So once the bathhouse was done, you guys kind of cleared yourselves. You got home, and about 20 minutes later, because it took about an hour or so to kick in, you went for a little bit of a space ride.
Oh my gosh.
Is a space man
the future.
burning through the sky.
Well, Stinksack continues his speech, and he goes, "Look, save them, though. Save them. If one of us goes down, you can pop it in their mouth, and they come back just like they were shocked with lightning."
V just looks at you and goes, as he's gonna vomit, and then just vomits a tarantula out of his mouth. And catches it in his hand, and he's like, eats it back up.
Wait, what?
I'm just happy I'm still at my house and did not see that.
It just swallows it back in.
Where are we?
You saw nothing.
Out in the streets, I assume.
No,
think-
at whatever I'm sleeping at. I'm sleeping at John Ralphio's, right? Everybody is.
Most
Yeah,
people
Just
are.
mooching off of him.
Yep.
At this one, we'd be having breakfast or something like that. We're talking about it.
Breakfast.
Yes.
Yes, you were enjoying
So
your
okay,
breakfast.
everybody has one good berry that I've distributed.
Mhm.
V has 2, and I'll keep the other 3.
Does that math that up?
I think if I see the tarantula
I
in
didn't take
V's
one, but
mouth,
I'm also not there, so it doesn't matter.
do I see the
Equals five.
tarantula in V's mouth
Yes,
when he
it's
spat it
there.
out?
Oh, it's there.
I immediately go and I'm like, "What have you got in your mouth?" And I open up his mouth.
There's nothing. There's just the tongue that's like, ah. Get off of me! What
What? I saw something too.
Yeah.
kind of man just eat a tarantula without getting questioned? Jesus Christ!
Ate a spider and then you spit it back up and then you ate it again.
Yeah, don't you?
Oh,
I
never.
I'm gonna go
actually-
have breakfast now. As I just
It's actually a
leave.
delicacy where I live.
Exactly. God, I eat a tarantula.
Well,
Everybody
although-
fucking goes crazy.
Well-
Vanny has a fucking whole hair, fucking whatever that is, and just nobody bats an eye. So just
Well-
like leave.
To be fair, they're about the size of a horse, where I'm from.
Oh yeah,
Remind me
no, that
never
would.
to visit where you're from.
That
I've seen those.
seriously.
that tracks with Stink Sack goes yeah.
My good mounts. I prefer
Oh,
wolves,
that's so great
but
for us.
it is what it is. Oh, it is when you do the riding. Teach you one day, Iris.
Hmm.
Better than horses, I swears it.
Craig.
Yes.
I was just actually gonna say, and I think that ties into there. I was gonna say to John Ralphio, hey, Mojo Man, don't you have any servants or something that can go and fetch the greenskin? The other greenskin.
My unseen servant can't leave my location. I could send him, but he can't go very far. He's also gonna be real slow.
Are we literally alone in your own house?
I think we are.
Yep. I have my own. We're not alone. I've got. Hang on, what's his name again? Gregory. Gregory's here, my unseen servant, who's like continually spoon feeding me breakfast.
Cutting his breakfast for him and feeding it to him.
Gregory is the name of your unseen servant, yes.
Yes,
And
that's
your
right.
familiar is Alphonse.
Yes.
Why do I have to remind you of your own character shit?
It's written down. You didn't have to remind me. I literally said it. But yeah, no. Alphonse is not very fast at walking.
You mean flying?
Yes. Sorry, I meant Gregory. Gregory is slow at the walking. Alphonse is very fast. They can only go 100 feet. And I do believe that you live more than 100 feet from here. Or don't you, Craig?
Craig
I
is there.
thought I answered that question.
I mean, you can still spin your familiar out. You can only see up to 100 feet with him, and then he's basically out of your range of sight. But
But he's
You
also
could just send him out.
unseen.
no, I'm talking about Alphonse,
Oh,
his
Alphonse,
familiar.
okay.
All right, fine. I will write a letter. I will give it to Alphonse, and I tell him, go to Craig's house, drop off this letter. If you see him, poop on him, and then fly back.
I'm sure Craig will just coincidentally show up because, you know, he knew
Convenience?
we were gonna be here, right?
It's not as if it's a surprise that we're here. Like, Craig knows to come here, right?
Craig, do you know to go there? Please.
I don't know, man.
Jump
I'm
cut
taking-
to
the
Craig
day-
at home.
It's the day after Festag. I'm taking it slow. In the morning.
You are not
All of a sudden, the
hungover,
letter
normally.
falls on you, and then poop falls on your face. What do you do?
I'm sorry, what was that, William? Derek was trying to be an asshole at the same time that you were offering exposition.
Try.
My.
You you wake up on the morning of last day of the Festag, and normally
You
you
mean the
would be
day after the
hungover.
last day of Festag?
Yes.
Yes.
So instead of Festag Day, it's Festag. It's like Boxing Day, but for Festag. however you want to interpret that.
Festag Day.
Oh my god, beer's half off.
Oh, question. Did Craig make it home before midnight last night?
No, remember, because I went back to my mom, like, I'm going to be later because we're doing a
Hold
mission
that
in...
thought, both of you. Derek, you're a fucking genius. Yes. Continue.
I
It's
can buy
canon.
so much ammo!
It's canon. Beer's half off today because normally people wouldn't drink today because they're all hungover, except for the hair of the dog types. You guys are.
And then I
all
wake up, and for some reason, it's the first Festag in years when I'm not hungover, and I'm like,
Huh.
this is weird.
Would you like just get ready and go meet the
Yeah,
party?
instead
at...
of like most of the post Festag days, Craig would spend the day in bed, covers all the way over, and just not move. But today he's like, I can enjoy my day, dude. So he's like up. He's got a robe on. He's had a bath already. He's like taking it slow in the kitchen. He's just like,
See, sobriety can be nice.
Mhm.
you say that after I take Way of the Drunken Master? What a joke.
I say that after I take a literal sip of beer. So Craig, you want to just make yourself breakfast and then head over to...
Yeah, like, I like check in with my mom before I leave, of course.
yeah, everything is fine.
Yeah,
She's not mad.
cool.
You came home on time, which was a pleasant
Even though
surprise
I
because
told
she
her that
kind
I
of...
was going to be late.
Yes, exactly. So it was a pleasant surprise. So she's a lot
Smelling
more
of
forgiving.
shit, but she doesn't need. That was not a stipulation in the rules.
She didn't smell you when you came in, and you took a bath this morning, so you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay.
The shit smell's mostly gone.
Okay.
Mostly.
So it's like she's like, I'm not mad, but there is tension, right?
God.
A bit.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go, Mom.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Yep.
Okay. Have a good day,
You
sweetie.
working today? Are you working? Are you working today?
No. Everyone has the day off after Festag because...
Yeah. No. Who's drinking on the day after Fest?
Exactly.
Exactly. Is Frank up? I'm saying this out of character.
Yeah.
Is he there?
He's just like sitting in like the living room area, reading the paper, like the comics or something. Or what do lame white guys read in the paper? I don't know.
Op-eds.
Yeah.
I think while we're waiting for Craig to come, well, he
I'm
sends
gonna
after
come.
he sends his familiars, like, I think it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna go for a walk. If anyone wants to join me,
Oh, I'd love to go for a walk, dearie.
let me get that extra.
All right, let me go. Let me know where so I can let it written down on the letter. Because if we go for a walk and then Craig comes here, he's gonna be.
Oh, I'm
so
just going to
confused.
walk around your house. I'm not really going that far.
Just take a walk in the house. We have a garden.
Well, that's where I'm going.
Why is he get so mad?
Everybody's so intense.
Gosh,
and
does he know you're in the house?
Craig's just like, bye, Mom. Bye, Frank.
Bye. He's like confused that you're saying bye to him.
And I head out the door. And I let him sit with that.
The true. You see, he has passive aggression. We just have regular aggression.
Aggression,
okay?
yeah. Frank has
You
an
think
existential
PB
crisis
are
today.
light?
Okay,
Wow.
so
And I let him sit with
Greg, you are a terrible stepson, and you make your way over to John Ralphio's.
Yeah. I don't say that out loud.
I know.
Like,
But I know your intention, and now Frank is just like, does he accept me? Does he love me? What do I do? And he's just been with that all day.
Oh my god.
Mind games with Frank. Alright, you make your way over to John Ralphio's without incident. Just knock on the door, guys, when he gets there. Unless you want to let yourself in. I don't know how brazen you are.
I would like it if I could let myself in while they're having the argument about the walk that's going to happen while I'm on the way over. If possible?
Like just after.
Just after?
Just after.
Okay.
Oh, because it was right after he sent the letter. I would have gone for a walk.
Yeah, but I
So,
left
so
before
as
the
he
letter
walks in, my
arrived.
familiar just flies to his face, drops the letter off, and poops on him.
Like while you're mid walk.
So that I would imagine like I turn the door and it's just the bird coming at me from the door. Just
The letter was shit. Once
So as you
again,
can see, my bird casts a help
I
action on
just
him.
cleaned this off.
bird shit's easy to clean off. It's fine.
I used the letter to wipe my face.
It's not that much shit. It's a bit of shit.
I still use the letter to wipe my face.
It's magic shit. It
Google.
goes away when the familiar
How
dies.
much do falcons shit?
I wipe it off his face.
You don't see this. You guys are having an argument. I am like at the end of.
I'm not
his
having an argument.
A heated discussion.
I'm there.
I'm at the end of his property. Just
We got it. Bird shit. Next thing.
yeah.
So you walk into the house.
Yes.
You guys like to relax for a bit more during the morning before you head up to the sewer?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Like normally, day after Festag, I'm fucking just out of it. So like now I have my full day ahead of me, and I don't know what to do with myself.
I think Iris had spent the night inside, so she'd still kind of smelt like sewer. So she'd probably take one quick walk around the garden just to smell the flowers before heading back into the sewer.
Take some flowers and rub them on yourself. Try to
Yeah. Trying to do some meditation before I go.
Alright. Iris complete some garden activities. You guys are discussing what you're doing for the rest of the day, and when you should leave for the sewer when there is a knock at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Is that John Ralphio's house?
John Raphael's door, yes.
I would imagine.
I get my unseen servant to open it.
Thinks that goes to the door though, because he doesn't trust John Ralph.
So is Kieran.
Alright, the door opens, and I believe only John Raphael saw her last time, so he recognizes her. But you see standing at the door is a hooded figure standing in, it looks like brown and green cloak with a mask covering part of the nose.
Hey, it's you again!
And she kind of jumps back startled, expecting to see your dick again, but she doesn't, thankfully. And kind of goes to the group, and whoever heads to the door goes, yes, hello.
What are you doing
Welcome
here?
to the master's residence.
What are you trying to sell?
Who are you?
Thank you. I'm not trying to sell anything. I came here to inquire. You are the group of adventurers from the Aldorf Champions Adventurers Brigade?
Yeah, dude.
Bastion?
I?
Yes, ACAB.
And
It's
you
known as Bullband.
you have a name for your group. Excellent. And you are the ones who liberated the city of Bruckle.
I?
Still us,
Fine.
dude.
And
2 for 2.
assumedly the ones who encountered and defeated the band of beastmen.
Minus me.
3 for 3, my guy. That's awesome.
You see the wagon heads us there.
She looks outside. There's a wagon parked outside.
Yes.
She kind of looks and goes, oh, wonderful. Whose work is that?
Craig
Mine.
Craig
Yeah.
points at
When it stinks
Craig,
up.
Craig just points at V and Stinkstack.
Yeah.
A
It was a
bit,
team effort.
a
it
bit
was a team
crude, but
effort.
I like the look. Is that?
It was my idea. He did all the work. I encouraged him.
Is
I
that
like to take the heads.
a dryad face on the front?
Oh yeah,
That was his idea.
That was not
But
my idea.
that is my fancy man.
Vile creatures they
I
are.
mean, technically, the whole wagon is made of dryad because they're made of wood, aren't they?
It's true.
Not quite how
Iris
that
is
works.
judging you.
Irish will remember that. She, you can see, she does a little bow, and underneath her coat kind of opens. You can see 2 long swords on her belt. and you can see the string of a bow going across her chest, assumably under the cloak on her back. And she bows. She goes, "The name is Vesper Funbrook."
Not looking for any new members.
How do you spell that?
Vesper, Vesper.
Yeah, that part I figured.
Fernbrook, Fernbrook.
Not looking for any
I'm
new
gonna
members.
write it down.
I wrote it down.
I wrote it down.
On the
Okay, good.
contrary, not looking to join your wonderful group, just looking for a bit of information, if possible.
Information on what?
I mean, how much are you paying? As I pop my head in.
How did you find us?
Would
No,
you like some
Let me do
tea?
the talking, Iris. Shut up.
She lifts her finger to Iris, and she's looking at these. She's like, "I'll take the information for free, or your life, you choose."
Now,
Free sounds good.
so I would suggest, as I cast suggestion,
Oh, shit.
that you sit down and tell us your life story.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to portent, and she rolls a natural 1 on her save.
Oh.
She's immune to charms, so
It's an elf! It's an elf!
You're a fucking elf, dude. How do you not
She's
know
wearing a
this?
hood!
She's an elf! Oh, you so fucked this. She's an elf. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
This
Never
is
mind.
good. You did this to me well.
She had him
This
running
is
through
your
her
job.
head.
Oh,
No.
lawyer Derek! What
Oh my god.
You just played yourself, dude.
congratulations.
Oh my god, no. No, Derek. No.
You did
So,
not think!
Well, there
Um,
goes my second level spell slot.
So you speak the words.
And important!
I suggest you take a seat and tell us your life story. The bow basically appears in her hand. It moves faster than most of your eyes can perceive at the same time. As in that same motion and basically the same instance, an arrow flies out and pierces the shoulder of your robe or shirt, whatever you're wearing, into the wall behind you. And you're considered restrained.
Damn.
I attack this bitch.
Draw my sword. Move in.
I attack her.
I guess we roll initiative.
Yes.
Seeing this happen, Zach pulls his shield and his
I feel like
spear
this isn't
up
gonna go well
behind his
for
back.
us.
Frank
no.
sighs and face palms for the second time in his life.
Well, are we rolling initiative? Because I just rolled a natural 20.
Do you guys want to roll initiative?
Yes.
If we're all going to be attacking her, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not attacking her.
Uh-oh.
I do.
Give me just a second here. I need to find a.
Suitable man.
Strength and honor, gentlemen.
Inside of a building.
You know, I think this is the first time that Craig and Vanny are on the same page.
Yeah, just no. Why?
But why?
Because.
This is a terrible idea.
Okay, I got
Because-
everyone's turns. Just
I'll
say
roll
that
initiative,
we're
but I'm not doing shit.
in this
I
house.
rolled amazing.
here.
Come on, Drunken Master, show us those skills.
I'm not showing you shit.
You ever seen a level 20 character dispatch a patch of like level 3 CR3 enemy?
Hey, at least we're level 3.
Ooh.
You know, level 3 characters aren't even CR3, they're like CR.
Half or something. Yes.
Yeah.
I
like
am
a half
telling
or one
her.
or some shit.
No. You don't touch the Mojo Master. Unprovoked! In his house! No.
She was
He
provoked,
casted a charm
dumbass.
spell on her.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
just think she's racist.
He doesn't know that.
He
I think she
threatened us
saw
first.
V, and then instantly got.
As far as V is concerned, he asked for a backstory, and this bitch pulled a fucking bow on my homie. She's
Like,
dying.
You know how
The
magic
suggestion
works.
was-
Don't play dumb.
My
I
specific
had
suggestion
hallucination.
was, you
It's
know,
not
like,
a
hey,
matter of facts. It's a matter of principle. She attacked the barband. She dies. Period.
So sit down and tell us your life story. Also,
V just looks a side glance to fucking stink sack, and in a moment you see that bitch's head is gonna end up on a cart. On my dead body or not. That's how it's gonna end.
Okay.
Everyone roll initiative.
Yes.
Roll
Already
initiative?
did.
If you guys want to fight her.
That's a 19.
I'm gonna go get alcohol because what the fuck?
Okay.
Y'all are stupid.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are.
We're just well, hold
You
on.
don't
We'll
hit
see,
my homie and get away with it.
we'll see how combat goes, but I agree. I mean, based on what Stink Sack said, why wouldn't we pull our weapon? She just shot at us.
She did mention that it's no payment, it's your life, for what I remember her saying.
Yes,
That's
she did.
super
She did
aggressive.
give a threat.
Exactly.
Responding
Came here
to
to
the
ask questions to some lowly adventurers.
No.
Fine.
No. Guys, think about the experience we're gonna get if we kill her. Think about that.
Glad we long rested and leveled up though.
Yes.
Mhm. And you wanted to go to the sewers right after the bathhouse.
I was.
Murder hobos, murder hobos.
It's like
Head on, my murder hobos.
the woman fires an arrow, beast, so you've chosen death.
Let's see if you've chosen death.
So you've chosen.
Did you though? Did you though?
Also, I'm gonna need the icon for Alphonse, please.
I will need one for Squeakers.
We're going all out.
Oh, is Squeaker's finally your Beastmaster thingy?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
want Beastmaster?
nice.
I'm a beast
He's had his
master.
back since day one.
No, I knew that, but I thought she just had it as a regular pet.
So Alphonse, can you send me a bat token, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Why must we always turn to violence?
I don't know.
We all-
dude, I don't
Oh,
know.
she
rolled
did drop
really
this.
high. You rolled really high on initiative.
Why the fuck would this skilled archery bitch come up to us and ask us lowly questions to lowly adventurers, you know?
If you talk to her,
Exactly.
we'll find out.
My intelligence is 8. I know what I'm doing.
My intelligence may be 8, but my wisdom
It's true, my
Is-
wisdom is decent, so.
much higher.
Could I have rolled an insight check once you've been asking all this shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
really
also
good.
roll.
I rolled a 17. Oh, no,
Yes, Kieran.
18. 18.
Thank you.
18. Don't fuck with her.
Absolutely.
17.
Actually, can you go into sidebar with me for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not how that works. Oops. Okay.
Whoopsie doopsie.
It takes it out of the pop-up. Anyway, do you, when you were in growing up, it's with druids, right? Were they specifically
Right.
wood elves?
Sorry, was I invited to this or no?
No.
Okay,
It's
I'll
not-
leave. Sorry.
It's okay.
Ignore that.
Did you grow up with
Yes.
wood elves?
I'm sorry?
Did you grow up with wood elves or just druids?
Well, it was like a wood elf colony, but they were accepting of, like, they took in refugees from the war. I think, like,
Mhm.
but it was very, very, specific. I think they had to have specifics on who they took because they were very, you know, they were secretive and
Yeah.
they didn't want outsiders. Being that said, though, it was mostly wood elves, I think.
Yeah.
Mostly wood elves, and then
okay.
maybe a few other humans and such like that. Because otherwise, like how would Iris be?
Yeah.
You know,
So
Iris. So.
You would know, especially with that insight check, that this is a wood elf waywatcher who, by title, are extremely skilled. It's basically woodland assassins for wood elves.
Okay.
And even just with like normal insight in itself, you know that she has like genuine interest in asking either for information and for help from you guys. But because V was just like, "You gotta pay us," and she was like, "Okay, like settle down there, little man," kind of thing. And then Darn tried to cast suggestion on her, so that's
So she's a wood elf wayfinder. That's what you said.
a way watcher.
Way watcher.
Yes.
I think I know Elvish. And fucking Jean Ralphio's an idiot.
Yes. That's mainly
like,
it.
Bruh, you're an elf. But to be fair though, she did not remember her head yet. So
No.
No.
He's still stupid.
Yeah.
All right, we can hop back in.
All right, great.
Out on the stream, we're all black.
Yeah,
Good.
because he's in the secret.
And the Phantom
it
Zone.
should be
Let's
fixed now.
go.
Let's go.
There we go. Okay, now we're back. All right. Yeah, I realized that going into sidebar, I'll have to make a stream thing for that as well gets our cameras
Yes.
because it goes.
That way
into
we
the
can.
chat.
That way we can listen in.
No.
You didn't
Yeah.
then, did you?
Well, I don't think we could have.
Yes.
I mean, we could have stream sniped, but don't worry. We don't need to. We got this, right, gentlemen? We
Yeah.
got this.
That's right.
Y'all
Ladies
have
and gentlemen,
fun.
we got him. Just kidding. We're not gonna
Meanwhile,
die.
me and Connor are just kind of like.
But why?
Just for Kieran, who also rolled the insight based on like demeanor, I would suppose. When she was asking the questions originally, her intent was looking for help, essentially.
Oh, well,
Okay.
should have
She
known
has
Y'all
a
better.
very
fuck
weird way of
that up.
asking for help.
I know, right?
She did.
Van, you want to roll initiative, or are you admitting yourself?
Didn't I roll?
I
Wait,
said
I did
Vanny.
roll. Oh,
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to
Just-
fix a macro. Not macro. I'm trying to fix one of my abilities.
This is how we were in the building, or we haven't placed ourselves yet.
I don't think we have. Is this the building?
Yes, this is the building. So the front
There
door
you
is
go.
here where she is standing.
yeah.
All right. Well,
I feel like we
Things
were
like
like
answered
this.
the
he,
door.
Jean Ralphio is pinned to a wall.
Yeah.
Just give me a second here. I want to give controlled by
You, sir.
Stink Sack. So you should be able to control speakers. Okay. Perfect.
Will,
Yes.
I do have my unseen server dump now currently, correct?
Still yes.
Can we have him on the?
Hold
We're
on.
gonna need all the help
Where
we
is
can
he? I
get.
gotta find him. He's
Gregory?
I'm pretty sure I had added him originally as well. I know you sent me the token. I don't know
If not, I can
I-
send it back.
For the
It's on,
invisible thing?
desktop. Yes.
Oh, and I didn't get to go buy half off beers yet because y'all dumb fuck.
Oh God.
I
God.
Just give me 2 seconds here. Let's go
Damn
to-
Why speak of face?
I am at 0 PBRs. I could be at many.
Good.
Not as easy
Coulda,
to
woulda,
collect as
shoulda.
arrows.
I have to go through all of the stock memes that you send me.
I can just send it to you again.
No, I found it. We're good. Save image as. His name is Gregory. And let's upload him here.
It's in the chat.
Ah, I've done it.
Control.
I just need control of it.
I've created the spanner.
And there you go. You have control.
Oh my god. Who is that?
That's his unseen servant.
Oh my god.
For reference, chat, the icon he's using for his unseen servant is the feels bad man meme.
Oh God.
It's like there's all like these beautiful
Okay.
characters, and there's just one like feels bad man.
Oh my god, no.
God.
Oh, it cannot be unseen. Get it? Unseen servant.
I hate
uh,
everything about that.
Laugh, you motherfuckers. We're gonna
I'm
die.
gonna, I'm gonna
Um,
drive to your apartment. and punch you in the throat.
Okay, go ahead. Just help me kill this fucking elf piece of shit. That dares to
So, John
my friend
Ralphio,
the wall.
go ahead. You were restrained at the moment.
All right, I cast Fireball on that bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Fireball?
And
Fireball.
all of us?
Ball or bolt?
Bolt.
Oh.
Ball
Can
is
you-
3rd level. How do you
Yeah.
Can you cast
I don't
all
know.
restraint?
Fireball level 5.
Yes, you can. The only thing I can't do is move. I have disadvantage on well, they have advantage on attacks against me, and I have disadvantage on the dexterity saves.
Okay.
Don't worry, Mojo Master. She'll never get an attack on you.
So I know the damage you don't add any modifier, but for the attack, do you add a modifier on Firebolt?
Iris, what's your dexterity?
Well, yeah, it's
Attack roll
your
on your
That's your
spell
wisdom
attack.
Your spellcaster.
Plus 2.
Okay,
so
so I
19
go
to hit.
first.
19 to hit.
Weird flex, but okay.
It will hit.
Because I'm under a beam.
1 point of damage.
Oh my god.
You don't even
one point
singe her.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to command Gregory to go to her and use a help action. So next person to attack has advantage. At the
Yes.
same time, Alphonse is going to come here, hold action, use a help action when Gregory's help action is done.
Disgusting.
And yet, totally doable.
That is the end of all 3 of my turns.
Vanny?
I cast Detect Thoughts.
Ah.
Yes, she is a thought.
There you are.
Okay.
And I will passively place it over the woman to get her surface thoughts.
You just happen to, like, also hear the thoughts of my unseen.
What is on his mind in that moment?
Surface thoughts.
Do you speak Elvish? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it is.
I think so.
Do you think in English or in German?
Yes.
Exactly. You don't speak German, do you?
I don't
Maybe.
have to necessarily get like verbatim word for word. I can
That's
get
what I mean.
feelings.
It's like emotions, right? That's why I'm trying
Yeah,
to read
I
the
can
spell.
get
Yeah.
emotions and I can get feelings as well. So I might not get specific verbatim stuff, but I get concepts and
Yeah, the
shit
only
like that.
requirement it has to speak a language. It doesn't specify if it has to be the same language. There's no specific.
really?
Yeah.
I thought you got like. Oh,
It's
shit,
not
the more you know.
telepathy.
like spider would just be the concept of spider.
Yeah. Yeah, so the emotionally at the moment, she's just very annoyed with John Ralphio and a bit with Vivi, but other than that, yeah, it's
Oh yeah, it requires a minimum of 3 intelligence. Oh my.
it's
So detect thoughts,
annoyance.
you can actually speak with spiders.
Not like malicious intent, just annoyance.
Vanny will kind of stand up from where she's been curled like a little cat as she yawns a bit. Good morning, dearest. Could we keep it down, please?
The elf lady is just like, why is there an old woman here? You detect confusion at that moment.
It's just like, yeah, I mean, we could look at any of us and be like, why are they here?
Okay, Donnie, roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion, dearie. Hmm.
If you're trying to persuade V, wouldn't it be at disadvantage?
No, it's just a persuasion check.
15.
How much?
15.
Cool. Thank you.
And that's my turn for now. I stay where I am and I just kind of... We'll see what I do with this next round.
Iris.
It's V actually, because
actually,
his dex is
V.
higher than mine.
V.
So V
You have
goes,
advantage, which means sneak attack.
yes, but V goes, okay guys, wait, this is clearly a misunderstanding, as he looks at Vanny and draws his dagger and chucks it at her.
Can I, fuck, he can't.
No, you can't. Sit
I
down.
can't do
Thank you.
anything.
Let me do my mistakes in peace.
You're chucking a dagger at V?
No, I'm chucking
No,
a dagger at
he's
the
chucking
woman.
a dagger at the
Oh.
woman. I
He's
thought you were
looking
gonna
at
move.
me
advantage.
to like, as she directs the words to me.
That's a 19
Yeah.
to hit.
19 hits.
It hits. Thank you.
Hope it hits.
So she's standing near somebody, so I get my sneak attack, right?
Yes.
Oh, you have advantage.
You also have
from the help
advantage.
action.
because
I
of
did
help
roll
action.
with my advantage, yes. So that's a 4 plus 2d6 because we're level 3.
Ooh,
That's a 16 damage.
We get to level 3, and first thing we do is kill the quest giver.
great.
Great. Now I gotta
Like 16 damage, yes?
Yeah.
I already have
V
quests.
goes, but wait, there's more as he pulls out another dagger and chucks it at her.
Also an advantage!
Really?
Christ.
Oh my god! That's a 16 to hit?
That misses.
Oh my god.
As the first one hits into her shoulder, goes, "Ah."
Damn.
Next one, she kind of pulls out a sword and deflects it out of the air.
Okay, cool. He looks at Vanny. Vanny, help! As he just backs off. That's the end of my turn.
Iris.
Iris is gonna grab V and shove him to the floor.
Okay, so shove is an
Let's
attack
go.
action.
Well, I'm gonna literally like tackle him to the floor to like put him in a headlock.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the shove action.
You can certainly try.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
I will rage as well.
Oh god. Oh wait, no, wrong roll. It's a save or it's a check?
Check.
Because I rolled a 23 on my check for acrobatics.
Okay.
So she would have advantage on it, correct?
Yes, she does.
I have advantage.
Please fail. Please. Please fail. Please. Thank you.
I rolled a 17, so plus another 6, so you get out of it.
Yes!
However, I'm gonna tell the woman in Elvish.
Mhm.
I tell her, ignore my idiot friends. They're prone to being attacked. Pay them no mind. This horn one's an idiot as well. My apologies for insulting my friends insulting you. We know that you are asking for help.
She shot an arrow at me, I reply in Elvish.
Do you say that in Elvish?
I say that in Elvish.
V replies in Elvish. Bitch, you touch my friend, you're gonna get the knife.
Dingsack says, Elvish.
Jesus Christ!
Why are we all talking Elvish?
It wasn't an elective in college, what do you want?
Who doesn't speak Elvish?
I do
But
not
I don't
speak
speak
Elvish.
Elvish.
Elvish is the
No.
new common.
Okay. Elvish is the
John, what's your dex?
Only one that
plus
read her
3.
thoughts doesn't read Elvish.
I'm also +3.
We roll off.
Well, what's the
Oh my god.
what's the dexterity score? Like, I'm 17.
Oh, 16. So you go first.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled high. Damn.
Nice.
Otherwise, you got a 14 is at the bottom.
Hey, for my turn, I know where the kitchen is, right?
Yeah?
Yes.
I'm just gonna go to the kitchen and make this woman a mixed drink.
It's 9 in the
much drink.
fucking morning.
5 o'clock somewhere.
And beer is half off.
Let's see. So that's that. I go into his kitchen.
Do you
I-
announce that you're doing that?
No, I just walk there quietly while all this is happening. I
It's
now
like
have
everybody needs a drink.
I now have proficiency with brewer's supplies. Can I? Do I have to? Do you want me to roll something? Or?
Roll for mixed drink. I love it.
Just roll like a perception to see what he
6
has.
seconds.
Perception.
Performance.
Perception is going to be 19.
All right, yeah, you find whatever you're looking for. You can make whatever drink you know. You know a
I pull
repertoire.
out. I'm like. I open a. I imagine I open a thing. It's just a slew of cocktail shakers.
Yeah.
Just,
Like, ah,
it's like. Ah, yes. It's just. everyone's arguing, and you just hear from the kitchen.
Oh my god.
I think after they're speaking Elvish, all you hear is a in the background. We all
And
turn.
then I just come back with like a cocktail shaker and some glasses, and I just walk up to this woman, take her hand, put the glass in it, pour some in, and then just like up. And then I go over to V, put a glass in his hand, pour some in, and then finally John Ralphio, glass, pour some in, just like, would everyone just like, please chill out, dudes?
Just a curved long sword in one hand, drink in the other, super confused.
Just I think everyone just needs to like chill out, you know, and like have some Mai Tais.
That is genius.
Sniffs it. Kieran, should you do something on your turn?
Well, if that was all 6 seconds, then I'll go now.
He's a monk. He moves fast.
I'm a monk
guess
and
so.
I have proficiency with brewer's supplies.
Yes.
I am a mixology master.
She's still standing there. What are you all saying? I don't know this. Can't understand you. And he remembers he's pointing his sword at her, and he lowers it a little and says, "What are you doing? Threatening someone in their own house? Tell us why you're here." Did she say anything?
This is a reply on her turn, because like, it's 6 second turns, but they all happen at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time,
yeah.
right? So,
Yeah,
of
course.
never mind.
Will.
Yeah.
I'll reply on her turn.
Will.
Talking
Uh,
reaction.
just as a thing, I'm focused on her until my turn where I can switch it. So every time that someone says something or does something to her, I get updated on what her surface thoughts are.
What are
Oh
her
my.
thoughts when she drinks the Mai Tai?
Yeah, which works really weird in combat since we're all saying shit in the same 6 seconds. Like, if it was an outside of initiative deal, it would be a lot easier to adjudicate. But...
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'll adjudicate all of that on her turn.
Got it, no
Including
problem.
replies and what she does in response to. Stinksack, would you like to do something before her turn?
Okay, hold on. I didn't use my action yet.
If you'd like to do action.
I don't totally lower my sword, and I hold my action to stab her if she attacks us.
Okay.
A Stinksack is with his shield and spear out. He's going to puff up his chest and walk directly in front of her, cutting her off from the rest of the room. But, you know, I'm short, so it is what it is.
Are you actually cutting her off, or are you just a table?
And Stinksack looks up at her and says, "Aye." In Elvish, he'll speak Elvish. He'll say, "Aye. If you take one more step, it'll be a lot harder to shoot those bows. No hands.
Okay.
Stand back." So, like, ready his action to stab her if she goes to move.
Goes to move, okay. Alright, so first I'll do thought actions for Vergano to get that out of the way. Annoyed at V and John Ralphio, but then when he shoots a dagger at her, she's angry with him. Indifferent to you, when Iris like tackles him and starts speaking in Elvish, feels there's like a wave of comfort almost. Still annoyance, but it's just like, okay, no, like they can be reasoned with this. They're not going to be ridiculous. Craig serving drinks is like every other emotion is now overcome with confusion. And she's like looking at her drink and kind of like looking back to the party and back to her drink, unsure what to do with it. Actually, sniffs it a bit, and then but has sword still drawn not necessarily in like a low guard like Kieran is, not at the ready to attack. It's more like it's steady, like at her waist. In case attack comes at her, she can like defend herself. More of a defensive post, not an aggressive one. And pays no heed to Stinksack's words.
Got it.
Like her voice does not change when he speaks, even in Elvish.
Does she finally
That
drink
pisses
the
me
Mai
off.
Tai on her turn?
She has 2 full hands, but she'll take the same hand holding the glass to kind of pull down her mask. And if she sips it and goes, that tastes pretty good.
Mai Tai, dude, it's like 3 types of rum, coconut juice, pineapple juice.
Sack is so tempted to stab her as she.
Actually, no, not coconut juice. I'm sorry. This is Cameron being wrong. You use coconut rum, so you don't need to add coconut juice. So 3 types of rum. Pineapple juice, orange juice, grenadine, mix it, serve it.
I would love that if it wasn't coconut.
Oh my
It's
god.
a Mai Tai.
That makes me violently ill.
No, I apologize.
She'll speak out to Iris, mostly ignoring the 2 in front of her. She says she starts in Elvish. I just came here, stops and looks at Kieran, not only to understand, switches back to common. She goes, I came here to seek some information. I'm only defending myself because your wizard tried to charm me. Which
Yes, into sitting down and telling us your life story. What people pay to do that?
Can
To
I
be
smack
fair-
him on the back of the head with the mixer?
shaker bottle.
the
To
shaker.
To be fair, he's an elf, but he didn't see you as an elf. But, you know, he's quick to react,
I
suppose.
remember. As I remember, you threatened us first.
Yeah, I remember that these days.
I mean, it
As a
felt
reaction.
more like it felt more like a not knowing how to talk.
I
people.
understood that reference. Thank you very much.
I understood that.
It was
reference.
flat out a threat in his own home. Nobody threatens the Mojo Master in his own home.
I will admit that your threat did seem imposing at first, but I sense that you need a help.
Are we out of
Mad-
combat?
I think we are.
Oh no, Tyler!
And I would be willing to listen.
V is gonna transform himself into her, literally. He looks like a
Whoa.
perfect one-to-one copy of
Whoa,
her.
whoa, what the
And he
hell?
goes, oh, look at me. I'm some fucking elder shipment that likes to walk into people's homes and threaten them. So he just like,
V, what in the hells is that?
what?
It's her, but
Just
his
like-
voice. It's really weird.
Dismisses the spell and he's just like himself. What's wrong?
That looks like a distraction.
Huh?
No, Tyler.
No, Tyler.
Happened
So you
at the
can tell
same
V is
time.
completely, V is completely not aware that he completely mimicked her image
What were you
onto
doing?
himself.
What were you doing?
What?
No,
We can
Tyler.
see that you use sleight of hand on fucking.
So he DM'd me
What?
saying he's trying to pickpocket her while she's distracted.
Roll the net one.
Yes! I
Oh.
didn't know that! I didn't know that! Let's go. Let's go. V does that. Keep flat out,
Fuck.
takes her image, and knocks her.
While another person fails to pickpocket her.
With a nat 20?
To be fair, I didn't mention this, but my unseen servant would have automatically used the help action against her again at the start of my turn.
It's not sorry, your turn.
Oh.
That's hers.
I just figured, hey, she's not paying attention to me. You said it yourself.
Yeah, but then you rolled
You're
a nat
literally
one.
in front of her. How the fuck are you pickpocketing her if you're right in front of her?
Also, her passive
She's
perception.
looking over me.
She's
I'm-
short.
It's called grifting, Kate Iris.
She also has like a natural, like a 20 passive perception.
Okay, just
But your elf I see.
sort it out the way it is. Yes.
She
Yeah,
drops the mic. You go for her belt, which you're not sure.
Oh, yeah,
about
yeah.
there.
Her coin purse, I said, yeah. Anything that's on her belt.
The closest thing you can see, because you can't see the actual coin purse, is her sword. As you go to reach for it, it's not there anymore. As I didn't. What's your armor class?
Oh my god.
Shit.
Wrecked.
Sorry, 17.
That's a natural 20 and 2. What does she get? Plus?
Natural 20.
It's nice knowing you
Plus
stink
2
sack.
9s.
I will
And 2
avenge you.
25s, so I assume all 3 hit.
25s, yeah, the 25s hit.
Wait.
It's 2d8. That's...
Y'all picked a fight with the wrong woman.
I'm gonna need therapy after this. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
What a woman!
16, 27,
I hate this.
34, plus
I hate that our party is brought so low.
34, 34 plus 15, 40, 49 points of damage.
Wow.
Is he just dead?
Yeah.
As that outright kills me.
What-
I'm at
It's non-lethal.
Ah.
Oh, thank God.
So, in like what seems like one swift motion.
just want to point out, it's fucked up because if it was lethal, I have 24 hit points. So 49.
48 is instant kill. Yes.
48, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
So she pulls out like both swords appear in her hand as she brings them both into like your traps here, essentially breaking your collarbone, and then kind of butts it into your nose, breaking your nose as you like black out instantly.
And she dropped the Mai Tai to do this?
Yes. She
Party
dropped.
foul, bro!
She let go of the Mai Tai, pulled out her 2 swords, and then is able to grab the Mai Tai in that motion.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
with
Iris
my
kind
phone.
of smiles
I'm a little upset the
at
little
the
dude's
gesture,
knocked
but
out.
then sees that Stinksack is on the floor, like, oh no.
And
As you
blood
said
is
that,
pooling out of his nose.
I'm a little upset the little dude's knocked out.
Are
But
we
I'm
on
heavily
initiative?
impressed by the dropping and catching.
Are we
So
on
I am
initiative?
about here.
It
Are
was
we on it?
it was still her turn, so yeah, we want to go back to the next turn. It'll be John Ralphio next.
Oh no.
So, I am going to use my action to unrestrain myself.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
Hold on. So
unseen-
Stinksack screams out.
Green's
As-
out.
And you all see Squeakers go absolutely batshit crazy.
Literally.
Just
No pun intended.
flying
Bad
around the
shit.
room like a deranged.
Like a bat shitting all over the place.
He went
He's
bat
shitting
shit.
everywhere.
What is it with the shit for the past 24 hours?
It's true.
It's the episode. I'm sorry.
it's a shitty episode.
Ah,
That's the name.
I hate
And
it.
Stinksack falls to the ground,
Roll credits.
No.
bleeding
Fuck
out.
you. The goblin's living. On my dead mother.
so as she knocks out Stinksack, she goes, next person who tried to put their hands on me is going to lose theirs. I'm here to talk.
What were her surface thoughts as she did that?
Being offended, but thinking it hilarious at the same time.
How dare these peasants attack me? Yeah!
Fern,
Gosh.
she's a racist.
I'm more classist, but it's alright.
All right, is it my
No,
turn?
it's racist.
Or green skin.
It's green skin. Not towards Craig, though. Mostly because of the Mai Tai, which he sips. Yes, it's your turn, John Althea. Go ahead.
All right. So in one hand, I'm going to remove using my full action to remove the arrow,
Yep.
so that I am no longer restrained. Free action, I'm going to drink the delicious Mai Tai. Thank you, Craig.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Bonus action, I'm going to command my unseen servant to use a help action against her. Which you did say that she would chop off the hand of the next person who touches her.
Oh my god.
Pretty sure Craig's gonna be the last one standing just with a shaker full of Mai Tai and just going.
Huh?
And once
Just cool.
again, familiar held action, help action.
You can command them both as the same bonus action.
So the unseen servant is a bonus action, and the familiar technically runs on its
Takes
own
its own
initiative.
turn on your turn.
Yeah, it has.
Okay, yeah.
You're supposed to technically run it on a different
A different initiative, but for
Just
simplicity, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's right. Okay. Vanny.
Sorry, I had a cat issue.
Oh, that's
I
fine.
sent you what I do.
Oh my.
Can I have an answer? Remember, I'm still
Uh,
detecting surface thoughts.
Yes.
This will be my surface thoughts.
You want to? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, message me the answer. Unless she says something out loud, then.
I love how the unseen servant on roll 20 just took a step back in it, like he's not sure what he's gonna do. Like, do I want to do this or not?
I also changed his name to Gregory, who just touched a woman.
And we lost sponsors from Gary's around the world. Thank you, Derek.
God damn it! Now I have to take them off the list.
Was she? She looks up to Iris and says, "I just want to talk."
I'm willing to talk as long as everybody shuts the fuck up and stops shooting her with daggers.
I don't know that. Your character is quiet. Thank you very much. Scottish woman.
Oh, I thought she was directly and it was surface.
No, no, no.
thought, so.
She's
Oh,
thinking
okay.
it.
Sorry.
No, she
sorry,
says it out
sorry.
loud to Iris.
Oh, she says it. Okay,
But
never mind.
she
Yeah.
looks like she hears something and then looks at you.
Alright, I'm gonna reach up to my own head, put my finger on my temple, and pull it back. And a wispy strand of energy comes out as I cast Encode Thoughts.
Ooh.
God.
And I pull out exactly how she's feeling right now. Because I'm currently detecting her thoughts. So I can pull an encoded thought from her mind.
Oh, that is so cool.
And I'll
That's not
dangle it out.
genius.
And I go, if I may, dearies, she's telling the truth. These are her thoughts. And I hold it up for them.
And she looks at you, like, confused, and goes, "You're... What is this? You're reading my thoughts?"
I don't think anything of it, dear.
I look at her. I'm like, honestly, we've dealt with Vanny a whole bunch.
She means well.
The less you think about it, the better. The less you think about it, the better. Refill?
Based on her passive, like, perception and insight, she does trust Fanny, kind of, weirdly. Yes, the halfling speaks true.
I then eat the strand.
Oh my god, I love it.
Delicious thoughts.
Like I said, the less you think about it, the better.
You
Would
slurp
you
it
like
like
that
spaghetti.
refill now?
You see above V, there's just like plus respect sign that just bing, appears. Is it my turn?
I don't even know if
If-
we're still in initiative.
I'm still on initiative.
If you guys
thank
want to
very
stay in
much.
initiative, we'll stay in initiative.
Oh, I am.
No!
Pete, go
So
ahead.
V, as
So like
the
I
shit
literally
starter
tell her to
supreme,
stop doing it.
he's gonna walk 5 feet towards Stinksack, who's dead on the ground, effectively, as far as he's concerned. Stinksack, oh no. And he's gonna look for his good berries in his mouth. Like, look
Oh.
for it. Come on. Start. While
Can
he's
I
doing
just say
that-
something real quick?
While he's doing that, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, which is invisible.
Okay.
I emphasize on the word hand, and I'm gonna make it appear on her.
Okay.
On.
Yeah. I'm gonna lay a hand, a mage hand, on the elven woman. Well, I'm pretending, of course, to care for my friend.
I mean, you still have to cast Mage Hand, right?
And it's also somatic, right? So
Yes.
It's verbal and somatic. So she sees you cast a spell, and then something touches her.
That's great.
Two invisible hands touched her from the.
Yeah, there's a hand. She's like, where are these hands coming from? I can't. Like,
There's two hands that just go, okay.
okay.
He's in that back room of a nightclub, you know.
Oh god. Oh.
No,
Ugh.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm expecting something else, but yeah.
Okay. So you feed him a good berry?
Yes, I pretend to. I don't.
Oh fuck!
oh my god.
Betrayal.
It's just my action. Feeding a good berry is an action. I'm
Curse your
pretending.
son, but
Okay.
inevitable betrayal.
I'm like, oh, look, good berry. It's in his mouth now. There's a hand on your shoulder.
Do I notice that it's not actually a good berry?
The hand was never there to begin with.
It is a good berry, but he's not feeding it to him.
Yeah.
Do I notice that Stinksack didn't actually have a good berry?
Yeah? He's not
I mean,
getting up. Unless you assume that he's dead, but he's like still breathing, and there's no blood like
think
kind
he
of
is.
splurting out of his mouth and nose.
No, it was non-lethal. I mean, he
Did
should
you
be
know
alright, right?
You heard a lot of crunching sounds.
Oh, did I?
His upper chest is caved in, and his nose is clearly broken. It's like inside of his skull.
All right, never mind. I retcon it. I grabbed the whole bag of good berries and I shove it down his mouth. Sorry.
Can you feed more than
Yeah.
one good berry at a time?
Eat the ass!
Doesn't really specify, honestly. It maybe it does somewhere else, but at least in the spell part. it's
You're
not.
about to have a very bad trip, buddy. That's all I'm saying.
Says,
He's immune to the effects.
up to 10.
Goblins
good
are
berries
immune to
in
mushroom
your hand.
effects.
I wanted to have like a gotcha moment with the hand, but apparently you're gonna have to eat all those good berries.
Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough sustenance for a day. Blah blah blah. The berries lose their potency. It doesn't state like what an action is. Like if you can eat 10 or if you can eat 1.
That's a good point.
Like,
I was in the impression that you can eat as many as you want in a turn. Like I was kind of thinking like berries, you can throw them all in your mouth and chew them.
are they actually
Right.
berry sized? You choose, right?
Oh yeah. Anyway, that's
I-
the end of my turn, and that's it.
Yeah, if you want to shove them all in his mouth, sure. Like, if they're... Well, you're describing them,
Absolutely.
they're like fist-sized
Absolutely.
mushroom berries.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking more like small, like mushroom. However you want.
It's his berries. I mean, at the end of the day.
That's what I'm at. Like,
The
if you
good
want...
mushrooms.
Yeah. Large-sized mushrooms, but enough that you can like shove all 10. You can eat all 10 at once. You know, you have a
Hey,
full
look,
mouth.
I'm just gonna say I think it's quicker than making 3 drinks and serving them and pouring them and. Hey,
Okay, all up.
That's funny.
Yeah, so you're
Alright.
able to just like shove them all in his mouth. You heal 10 hit points.
Zach just goes like.
Your like nose pops back out and like unbreaks itself, so you can just breathe. But there's still like blood like all over your face.
You can tell that it was broken though. It looks worse.
I already
looks
broke
like-
his nose the first time too.
Your nose is not doing very well this campaign.
That's
Wow.
character.
It's not my turn. Cute.
By the end of this campaign,
Iris.
his nose is just going to be a smush.
Um,
on his face.
Right.
All right.
You pay to get a nose job.
He's just going to become Voldemort, just 2 slits.
Oh no.
He who shall not be named.
Oh jeez. I think Iris would be cringing as Stinksack's nose reconfigures itself in place, but she's familiar with it as well.
Still gross.
And she's gonna just walk over to
Yeah, Squeakers is like all over. the
yes,
place.
there. I think she'll walk up to the woman and introduce herself, and basically say, I mean, you kind of deserve that, but you didn't have to go that hard, did you?
He tried to steal my sword, so yes.
Oh, yeah, maybe you did.
Say in
not
common.
enough.
Fuck. I didn't try and steal your sword, fuck. I tried to steal your purse. Didn't have one.
You still don't steal from an elf.
Never trust
Just
that.
like
I'm
spitting up,
sorry?
like spitting up blood.
When Kieran hears that, he's like, "Oh shit, what?"
I mean,
I did that
He's like,
yesterday.
wait, hold on.
Iris with the dash of
Hold on.
casual racism.
Karen's like, I'm fucked. I've been made.
But yeah, I apologize to her and say, look, they're all a bit on edge. We had a bit of a problem in the sewer last night. If you would like to sit with us peacefully, as I glance over at everybody,
I would.
and I will mind link with Jean Ralphio within 30 feet and say, no more fucking funny business.
Fine. We got off the wrong foot.
I
No,
mind link him so you hear it in your head. So.
But I say that to the woman. I say,
Yeah.
would you please sit down and tell us, not necessarily a life story, but whatever you want. No spells this time.
She gives like a curt nod. Says, thank you. Yes, I would be glad to.
Here's your arrow back, by the way.
Thank you. Sorry about your shirt.
I'll just
About
get
my
it
fucking nose.
I whisper in Stinksack's ear as loud as possible. Don't worry, we're gonna get her. Just entertain her.
Great.
Just growl.
After watching Vanny eat someone's thoughts,
Yeah, circling back.
Yeah, you like slurp it like spaghetti.
Craig's just gonna.
Offering it to Vanny.
Yeah, offer it to Vanny.
Oh, why thank you, dearie.
Gotta wash it down.
It's a semi-solid, so
V just goes, listen, lady. You can't just walk into someone's house and throw a fucking arrow at them. Do you know who we are? We are expert sewer hunters. As I look confused at the party, right? Help me out here.
If I may be quaint, I don't know who you are. I just barely heard of you.
But yet you come here and ask questions. Unsolicited. Could have you arrested for
Threaten or lie?
Vanny, help us out, will ya?
I'm still detecting thoughts. What's going through the old bird's head?
He's an idiot. Moving on.
Insignificant worms. Like we're sewer adventurers. Good for you, buddy. Is basically like the surface thought. It's like
Nonetheless,
Back up
you
to her.
came into my master's home and you put up a good fight. You've shown your strength. We will listen to what you have to offer.
Craig's gonna walk over to her while V is doing this like rant, and when he finds a brick, just be like, refill.
takes a sip. Yes, please. She'll like glide over to like a chair and take a seat. She'll pull her hood back with her other hand that's free, non Mai occupied. And you see it's just this long flowing brown hair. She has the mask down, holding her face. She's a very beautiful wood elven woman.
Oh, you're elven. That's one of my spells didn't fucking work.
She kind of gives you like a finger guns, essentially. She's like, yes.
I would once again like to smack him on the back of the head with the.
What? She
shaker.
was wearing a mask. I don't want
What's the matter with
to
you?
Fanny will hobble
Supposed to
over.
be a very fit human.
V just looks at John Rafi and goes, your spell? Confused.
Yeah, yes, he tried to command me to.
I wasn't speaking
Not
to you.
mad.
I'm sorry. In this
Very
house, when we
different
look at someone, it's because we're talking to them.
Go on. She takes another sip.
Fanny will come and sit across from her and look up at her.
She looks at you
Craig's gonna look in the-
curiously.
Craig's gonna look in the shaker, realize he's out, go back into the kitchen. You just hear in the kitchen.
Now, clearly, this has not been very amenable for either side, so I suppose you want this over with quickly. What would you like to know?
At the same time, V is like scooting over John Rafi. What do you mean, your spell?
Do you mean I told her that she started something when you started something? You.
We'll circle back on that. She looks at Vanny and goes, I would like to more information about the beastmen you fought and defeated.
What information in particular?
how many, what color they were.
Yeah, she's racist.
I just
That's
start handing her thought threads.
What do I do with these?
The information that you requested, dear.
Kinda, she takes it. What?
Alternatively, you could just look at
She's trying
our
to
card.
read it. What do you mean?
Oh, you.
His
Oh.
head pokes out. I think you gotta swallow it like she swallowed yours.
Are you
I have
incapable
a
of
suggestion. Put that
ingesting
in the
raw
valley bowl.
thought?
I
Wait.
would like to point out that Vanny is a swallower. So I can upset everyone in the party.
Ain't no quitter. You don't get to 106 grandkids quitting.
I didn't hear that.
I mean, you're not swallowing if you have 106 grandkids, let's be honest.
God,
Creepiest
bro, I
thought.
drink to that.
Yes, I've upset Cameron. Okay, successful evening. So she goes, I don't know what to do with this.
Oh, you can't ingest raw thought. That would make this rather difficult. Do you mind if I simply find what you need and then I can write it all down? It
You
would be much quicker that way.
you hear in the background. She can eat your thoughts. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm confused and
Dichotomy of
Furious at
tiefling
the same
right there.
time.
It's just like, yeah, bitch, come to my house, fuck with us. And you're just like, what is wrong with our party?
Like, in the middle of like interrogating the rock of this, like, what the fuck? She can eat thoughts.
You want me to eat this? And
Are
it
you
will-
just
it will
did you
answer
go
my
into
question.
the kitchen to yell this to me?
I'm yelling it
That's
across the
generally
house.
how I do it.
You just hear this slowly come closer to V and until eventually you hear like, wanna drown your sorrows?
Yeah, whatever.
She goes, okay, hopefully it's appetizing, and she'll eat the...
If you don't have
Wow.
encode thoughts, you can't get rid of it. It just ends up as a semi-solid string inside of your body. Until I cast encode thoughts again, because I'm the caster of it. Yeah.
God, dude.
So she
so
eats
odd.
it,
Yuck.
she like swallows it, she chases it with the Muay Thai, and goes,
Do you understand now?
no, nothing happened.
Oh, dear. This will be much easier if you simply let me find the information that you need, and then I can more readily give it to you.
You have the information I need.
I dig into her mind. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, God.
Okay, I hate to do this, but am I
What-
there?
what-
Do I
am I
hear that?
aware that she's doing this?
Yeah. My very capitalist brain just suddenly like.
It's not a charm effect, no, right?
Nope.
But I get a dirty 20.
Alright, I don't
Well,
manage to get
I-
it. You know
I
that
was
I tried,
asking-
and the spell ends.
But Will,
Okay.
I was asking so I could use portents if possible. But if I don't know, I don't know.
No, you wouldn't know
Can't
that
see
I
it.
do this yet.
I don't know if you're arguing with...
I haven't told you about it yet.
I mean, for sake of practicality, V is not gonna let that woman get free shit without paying for it. That's all he cares about.
Well, if you don't want to give it to me, we'll have to do it the long way. And she'll pull out a book from her hair. And the book is bound in chitin, like her bone tendrils.
Yep.
And
Oh my
she'll
God.
flip it open to a blank page. And she'll take out a quill. Alright, so you said the number?
Yes.
Pulls out her own thought thread again. Ah, yes. And she'll write down precise numbers based on the memory that she just extracted from herself.
Okay.
And the color? And
Yes.
she'll do it again. And the first thread fades as she starts.
Was
Red
there a
flags.
leader?
There was.
Ah, yes. Writes down everything she can remember.
I killed
You
it.
wanna meet him?
Could it cast magic?
Not that I could
No, I don't
remember.
think so.
The more questions, are you still detecting surface thoughts?
The spell ended as soon as she resisted me attempting to dive.
Because you have encode thoughts and you have detect thoughts.
Yeah, but detect thoughts is a spell, and I would have to cast it again, and I'm not I'm saving that slot in case shit gets wild.
Oh, and Kill Thoughts is a cantrip. I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
Encode is a cantrip.
That's sick as a cantrip,
Yep.
by the way.
That is
Damn.
really
That's really cool.
It is the only spell from Guildmaster's Guide, and it is a very interesting and
That's where it's from.
Very
tasteful
cool.
one.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So her fate, you can tell by her face that she looks a bit troubled by her questions. The more information that you're giving her. What else does she ask? And you defeated them all?
To the best of our awareness.
Okay. Did you decapitate or burn the corpses after?
We did
Yes.
both.
Yes.
Oh, did you not see the lovely vehicle that we have parked outside?
I saw some impaled figures, but I wasn't going to make an assumption.
But
That
to answer
is-
your... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I extract my thought. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, dearie. You. I point at Stinksack. Stinky, come here a second.
How did you know that's what I put in as in my notes?
Oh.
I cast Detect Thoughts again. Did you decapitate them all? I move it over Stinksack.
Yeah.
Surface Thoughts. Did he decapitate them all?
I also cut off some of their ears.
Alright. And oh yes, he did more than just that,
I
dearie.
love this. I love this.
I start going into
Fun.
detail about what I extracted from things.
She's like perplexed at your like methodology here. That you're just like pulling these
taking like
things.
little sips as I do it to keep walking them down, even though they disappear as soon as I consume
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Okay. You did very well in both dispatching them and of course burning the corpses and decapitating them as well. We can't have any chances of them mutating or coming back.
I rip out the page. Is this all the information that you need, dearie?
She'll take the page. She'll look at it. Goes,
Question for you, Will. Paper from a book made out of, you know what it is.
yeah.
How does that paper feel in her hand?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you said the exterior is made out of chitin, but the interior is
made
made
out
of
of chitin.
both of them are.
Is it just paper, or is it what's it?
What I would say it's up to you.
All right, so then it is kind of like very, you know, like
Skin.
you know, in I have to. Can we go into secrets?
It's gonna
Oh,
like mess
God.
up things. You want to tape it to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you really quick.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
Is it the skin of other halflings?
She would. Oh, yeah.
Like in paper form.
Because that's like
Assisted
very.
reading? It moves to assist you in reading it.
It's like
adjust
undulating
the
a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, if that's how
little.
you want to have it, sure. She takes it. She's like, oh god. She's holding it. She's like, why is it? It's like moving in her hands. She's like, why is...
You stop! It's trying to help you read it.
She holds it still. She's like, okay. Thanks, I hate it.
Just to like the perfect distance for her eyes.
Oh my god. Oh.
You guys have no idea. So she reads it and goes, yes, just one more question. They were in Drakewald Forest, correct? Deep?
I'm deep.
Not that.
How
We know
deep
how to
do you
travel
mean?
in the woods.
The only
Were they close to the main road or not? Sorry, I should specify.
No, I
we
think they
got
were
there less than
closer.
a day, right?
They were closer in the forest that was very dense. Where they
We're
had
like
their
30
camp.
minutes away, I think.
Yeah.
They attacked the city, village.
Exactly how far were they, Will?
No, I think it was like half a day together.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Oh.
I attract them for about a day.
I asked for the paper back and I scribble down
Okay.
the distance that Iris is able to remember. You have what background again, Kate?
I have the Outlander feet. Or the
yeah,
Outlander background.
so using hers and her thought, I get
Mhm.
what she knows.
So does Stinksack.
Thank you, dearie.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Good, very good. I was. We'll investigate this further to ensure that there are no other infestations in Drakwold. The returning of Beastmen heralds only the worst of nightmares of.
A plague on this land. With all the years I've lived, they're one of the worst.
Aye, they were worst.
Yes. Thought
The
you
moment she
understand.
says that,
Excuse
Craig,
me?
Craig in his mind is going, okay, she doesn't like beastmen, which means what?
Good job, buddy.
We're connecting the dots. It's all coming together.
He's finally caught up. He's busy. He's distracted making drinks. That's why. She'll get up from the chair she's sitting on. If I require any more information or assistance, would we be able to call upon you again?
I mean, you could call upon us here, or you could call upon us at the Adventurers Academy.
And
Probably
if we're not
Adventures
in
Copy
town,
would be best because
if we're not in town, you can go see my mom. She works at MILF's.
Gives you like a cockeyed look, like what?
It's a tavern.
When every single place you give us is a pun, is just like, oh, you can find us at these series of puns.
All the characters are confused.
Yeah,
William is delighted.
The musty inn of love and friendship.
Oh, it's one of the taverns. Okay, I see. An acronym. I understand.
That definition, I love it.
Very good. I wanted to. I know that you took the quest based on retrieving the caravans, but we in the Way Watchers would like to personally reward those who dispatch agents of chaos.
Oh, wow. As I just step forward, well, you would be pleased to know that we've quite dispatched a lot of agents of chaos. Right, guys?
You gave her the actual number. Yes, Craig.
Hi. Sorry. What's a Way Watcher?
Everyone make a history check.
Is that like Jenny Craig?
Do I get to make it with the advantage?
Yes, you do.
Are you sponsored by Oprah? Or do you sponsor Oprah?
Is that like Jenny Craig?
Ha ha ha.
So is it like Weight
Thank you.
Watchers,
Thank
but
you,
Way
John.
Watchers?
That's the jokes they're making.
That's the joke I was making, Benjamin.
Way to Craig that.
Natural 20?
14?
What type?
Sorry,
of Way Watcher
history?
are you for?
History.
Natural
History.
20 minus 1 to 19.
Okay.
18 minus 1 for 17.
31.
3.
Oh, 3. Good.
So half of you
Three.
probably didn't even understand what she said. But for those 19 and sorry, someone else got something very high as well.
It wasn't
17?
nat
I got
20,
17.
but it's now minus 1, so.
Craig, maybe heard of them. You're pretty sure the Wood Elf Blood Bowl team is named the Way Watchers. Or maybe they have Way Watchers on their team. But you know that they're like significantly skilled and powerful wood elves. That's specialized in like woodland combat. Based on your backstory and your background, Kate, Iris knows that the Way Watchers, like I said, in secrets, I'll share with the party, are like specialized forced assassins for the Wood Elf army, charged with the pursuit of killing agents of either Chaos or sometimes Skaven, but mostly agents of Chaos. You know that they were, based on your high history check, personally responsible for the genocide of the Beastmen at the end of the Dan times. So while everyone was battling at the Battle of Mindenheim, fighting the forces of Chaos, there were some Beastmen there, of course. But while the ones were still pursuing around the woods, the Wood Elves systematically hunted them down. The Way Watchers essentially leading that charge. So her connection with the Beastmen here being that they're coming back, something needs to be done. We need to intervene again. So that's why she came to you to look for information.
Mm-hmm. So I think when she asks what a Way Watcher is, Iris immediately explains, well, you're technically assassins of the Agents of Chaos. That's what I remember.
Huh.
And
Why you attacked
responsible.
me?
Yeah, he's a bit chaotic, but You
Not
were-
necessarily. Our problems aren't always with greenskins. Not anymore, at least.
and
Alright.
I remember that you were responsible for the genocide of the Beastmen.
Yes, but apparently we may have missed a few, or someone or something is bringing them back.
A bit of weeds in the garden that need pruning.
Exactly.
At that moment, V gets really pissed off and is gonna like walk up to her and say, or maybe you just didn't do a good job enough the first time.
She like kind of gives you a little look. How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
21?
Ah. So, you're welcome.
I'll take that dagger back.
What
As I
dagger?
look at the dagger that I threw at her.
It's somehow not
But I
her shoulder
pick-
anymore.
Yeah, I know.
There's an awkward
Just make it a
moment, and all
point.
you hear in the background
I
is
pick
a-
it up. And I look at it and just sheath it back. Yeah, I guess I am.
Awkward silence.
We need to buy this man a shake weight.
Yeah.
Oh. Zach just says, as this is happening, so, is you and your band of Z folk going to look for the Skaven under the city then?
Undercity vermin are none of our concern.
Of course, Stinksack. Why would the
Guess
Grey Watchers bother with the problem of the common folk?
right.
The Agents of Chaos pose a greater threat than some rats.
Exactly. The ones that we dispatched ourselves. And the Waywatcher have to come and ask us for our help.
Now what, V? I think I'm a Way Watcher now.
I think so too. Stinksack. Stack of Sink. Which one is your first name and last name? I can't never get that right.
It's one word. We'll discuss it after.
Right. Right. So next time you have questions, lady, why don't you, bring some gold?
I did.
Oh, well, that's it.
Oh, you just started with that.
I was just thinking she
Damn.
did say the word reward.
Did she? I didn't fucking hear her over the fucking arrow that was thrown at my friend's shoulder as I just fucking get on. Please, by all means, if you have money, let's go.
I will mind link with Vesper, and I'll say you don't have to give us gold if you don't want to.
Yes, you do.
You don't hear this. This is mind linking.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
Derek yelling that. He wants money.
Bust a gold, William.
Or keep his. I'll tell her also keep his share if he decides to be disrespectful closer towards you.
Yes,
She
can
marched in our house and started to threaten us, so...
exactly.
Her life was forfeit.
Jean Ralphio's house became our house real fucking quick.
Yeah.
Can't
Oh,
even
no,
open
it doesn't
my
mind.
arms.
To be fair, like half of it is in John's bag at this point, so I guess half of it, the house is his.
I can't
Oh, God.
wait for his parents to get home in the next couple of days because Festag's over. And just be like, who are these miscreants in our home?
Ah, yes,
Oh my
the danger
God.
is gone. We no longer have to worry about
Where is
miscreants.
the fine china?
The house has been ransacked.
Oh my
There's
God.
signs
Who
of
is
battle.
This little green man.
No, the sex toys remain. Sick. But
The one elf gives Iris a bit of a look, like, yeah, maybe I won't pay you guys.
She can telepathically speak back to me, I think, through the mind link as well.
Is
so-
that how she goes?
If she wants to. So it says, use the ability. It gives the ability to speak telepathically with me for an hour.
oh my.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, she will. She'll reply. She's like, I'll think about it. As she like says out loud, she's like, but I didn't bring it with me because I wanted the proof first. I'll follow up.
Oh god. At the moment she says that, I say, clearly you didn't see the big card with heads on them.
Can I roll insight?
Go ahead.
That was the look of a
Okay.
DM with great confidence. This is a deception roll.
No. No.
No.
This man rolled like a 32 on his deception.
I think, should I just
Oh.
hip
I
pocket her
wish
again?
to enlarge the
No.
stone
No, okay.
cylinder, then retract it. Okay.
What?
What the what?
Connor knows what I'm talking about.
A few well-placed disintegrates would have gotten me there.
I'm so confused.
John, what did you roll?
Point is, if she wants proof of the kills, I will
She
show
got it.
her the card with
no.
all the heads.
She got the proof by getting the numbers and information that she came for.
Okay, good.
He has a writhing piece of paper.
Yeah, she gives it back to you. She doesn't. She doesn't want to keep it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
the
I
piece
put
of-
it back in the book and it.
It's like, yeah, okay. It's like,
I hate
oh.
that. In
Nope.
I hate it and love it at the same time.
Puts book back in hair.
So
Nope.
she gets up and goes to leave.
Not a very nice woman, are you?
She was about to leave.
I don't know where you get
Ignore
that
the
from.
halfling.
To be fair to
No.
her, a lot of us aren't nice people to begin with, so this might just be reactionary on her point.
You are very nice, as she points to Craig.
Thank you.
The woman simply had some questions.
to
I didn't
remember.
see why you all had to fight her with it.
Killed me.
I pull out the.
Straight up killed me.
Straight up kill.
I pull out like this was a really expensive silk sweater. Okay.
You're young in there. Simple mind.
She like waves her hand as like 15 gold appears in her hand. She like hands it to you. She's like,
Me specifically.
obviously you need it, and she goes to leave.
Yes.
If I may, dear, and I'll chase after her out the door.
Wait, what? You're chasing her?
I'm just
Chasing.
following after her. Yeah.
Will, that was stone cold.
She gives a little bow again and walks out.
I give her a little bow as well as respect.
I give her the finger.
Bye.
Turning around, I give her the finger.
I do the finger on stream.
Smile, you're on candid camera. Yeah, and she will take her leave. And with that, we will call
Wait.
it a session.
Wait, wait. As she leaves, I cast minor illusion somewhere in the house, and I create a perfect replica of her upper body, and I chuck my dagger at her head in pure hatred.
So petty.
Yes. Yes, William.
Does Craig see this happen?
Do you want me to roll to hit? I will roll to hit.
You can hit your own minor illusion, it's fine.
Does Craig see this happen?
That's a 7.
No, you miss.
With anger, I missed. Why did I miss? Why did I roll a 2?
Hey,
I follow her
V,
outside. Does she stop to talk?
V,
Um,
dude.
No, she won't like stop to talk, but she'll like notice you and not. She won't like try to escape or anything.
Oh, I'm a bit slower because I'm a halfling. So, would you give me just a moment of your time, dearie?
Sure. What is it?
There are far more dangerous things in chaos out there, and I do hope that you're prepared for what is to come. Thank you. Have a lovely day. And I turn around and go back inside.
It's
my
like
God.
the Bill Murray like stealing food, no one will believe you kind of thing. Because this kind old lady just like interviewed with her, and then it's just like, I know what he means.
Meanwhile, Craig saw V make a minor illusion, throw a dagger at miss, and Craig's just like, "Have you always been able to do that, dude?"
No.
I'm gonna fucking kill her!
Like screaming at the heavens. Yeah, she goes ahead and takes off to go do beastman slaying, investigating things. Yeah,
She remembers my goddamn warning.
Um,
Going for that bitch.
Oh,
What?
She's seen what I am, and now
They
she must
seriously
die.
need a PR
Boy.
lift.
oh no.
Yes, Manny.
you guys have no idea.
Oh no.
No.
I'm
Scroll
so
through
excited.
Specific, the specific kinds of people I need to keep out of my life.
Ooh.
You guys have no idea. All right, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and call it there.
I've added
everyone-
the 15 gold to my inventory, by the way. Thank you very much, Will.
You're welcome.
The rich get richer.
Technically, she's paid, so there you go. Consider it done. She didn't lie. Well, we're gonna go ahead and call it there. I'm going to. I promise. I swear. I have 2 days off this week. I will upload the last 2 episodes to YouTube as well as this one.
About
Falling
fucking
behind,
time.
I know. But it'll be uploaded by Friday. So thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you enjoyed today's session, and I will see you guys all again in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Yeah.
Forget